Alright, we ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh!
Woof.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Wolfstone production. I am, of course, your hostess with the mostess, the Mistress Ookami. With me today is one of my good friends and fellow gamers, past the remote.
I
And the voice on high, once again, we have the chaotic Doc himself.
You know that uncle that works at Nintendo? I'm the one who gave him the rumors.
Yeah. And today, okay, obviously you can see the picture. Hopefully everybody saw the direct the other day. Holy shit. The thing was so good. And we're going to share our thoughts. We're going to go ahead and break it down. We're going to go through each of the games. Whether some games we may not have too many thoughts on, that's fine. But, yeah. This is going to be fun. Because I have a lot to talk about. Just, there's going to be a lot of that. There's going to be a lot of that. Hell, like, while this was going on, while I was watching it, I was just getting play-by-play of Doc's reactions, and it was a lot of, like, giving, like, Maximilian dude a fucking run for his money on the just losing it.
Yep.
Yeah, keep in mind, I work on the road, and I was on the road while it was going on. So I kind of had it in my headphones, and then occasionally I would have to look, and I was like, wait, what the fuck did you just announce?
Yeah, dude. Oh, God. So, without further ado, let's get into the June 18th, 2024 Nintendo Direct. Let's break this bitch down. Okay, so right off the bat, we start off strong. Like,
Yep.
real strong.
Well, the thing about it is, one of the things I feel about these kind of web shows where you're doing it, whether it's a Nintendo Direct, a Sony State of Play, or a Microsoft, fuck it, whatever's coming out, I don't know.
Yeah.
You have to start off strong. You start off weak, and it's like that Microsoft one. You started off with Doom, I think, and you got to start off strong.
Yeah.
You need 3 bangers. You need your opening, your midway, and your end.
And we got that in spades with this.
So yeah,
Like
first, yeah. So yeah, the first one.
We're
getting a new Mario and Luigi movie,
Yeah.
or not movie, game. Mario and Luigi Brothership.
It has been 9
That
years.
sounds like some DeviantArt shit.
Brother shipping. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's probably a thing.
That is going to be the final unlock, where you find out the brothership is being done by Rosalina, and she's got to do a meow kiss.
I love you, Rosie. Yeah, fucking. Oh my God. So yeah, 9 years. It has been 9 years since the last one, which was like the last proper one, which was Paper Jam.
Right,
where it crossed over with Paper Mario.
Dream Team or Paper Jam?
Yeah, it was Paper Jam.
Yeah.
And then
there was that Bowser Story remake, but we don't count that.
Oh yeah, no, I mean the Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga remake was really good. Bowser's Inside Story remake was unnecessary and literally is the thing that sunk the company. That is literally what sunk. What sank. Fucking Alpha Dream.
Are they dead?
Yeah.
Oh, they're gone. They're dead and gone. They've been liquidated. They were completely shut down, and everybody moved on to different things. They filed for bankruptcy. That was also like the lowest. I think not only was that the lowest, the worst selling game out of the franchise, I think it was the worst selling game on the 3DS.
Yeah, that's going to do it.
Yeah. And
Actually, funny enough, technically their last game was Mario Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020.
yeah, the delayed game.
Yeah.
Well, the game that came out, but the Olympics
The Olympics hadn't quite
delayed. Yeah, and I've heard that game is just okay. It is weird. But yeah, no.
They tried to have fun with it, but it just kind of ended up being
Yeah. Like, literally, if you look at... And this has to be somebody on Wikipedia who just had some fucking fun with it. But, like, literally, like, when the timeline, they actually... The written out timeline of the Mario and Luigi franchise. The last... You literally have... Bowser Mario Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, and then the next year it says Alpha Dreams files for bankruptcy. And then dead. It's like that's the last thing on their timeline. Like, I love that game. But this is good.
This just kind of reminds me of that bit for The Simpsons where it was like, Duff Zero. There's zero alcoholic beer. People buy Duff for our taste, for our flavor, not for our alcoholic content. And 30 minutes later, out of business. Well, that's that.
Yeah. But yeah, so this looks really good. I'm super fucking excited, and it comes out this year.
Yeah, the big thing that a lot of people are pointing out that I found really interesting is that in 1 year, we've had new, like, remakes, replays, or in this case, a brand new game in all three Mario RPG series.
Yep. The Mario RPG remake. You have the remake of Thousand Year Door, and you've got Mario and Luigi. Yeah, we're Nintendo is learning from the mistakes of the other two. One of the things that Microsoft and Sony have really been having problems with is the fact that let me address the audience and nope, other way. There we go. One of the big things that you have with a lot of these things is that they would just it was just AAA. Like Mario and Luigi is not a AAA. This is AA. The double A's are where you plug a ton of them in to get people, so they're satiated on what they like before the AAA come out. And Sony and Microsoft haven't been doing that lately. They're
Not
like
even
AAA or bust.
Bust, yeah.
Yeah. No, this...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's not even just the hierarchy of development. It's also Nintendo and, spoiler alert, Capcom's learning the same thing. Oh my god. Where they're realizing that you can have these AA games be IPs that people have been asking for years, while also not having to worry about putting in massive budgets into them. So, because people were after kind of the ceremonial death of Alpha Dream, people were wondering, like, is Mario and Luigi going to come back? And for almost a decade, the answer was nope.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we thought it was dead and gone. Like, it was pointed out that Nintendo themselves owns the property, so they could get anyone else to do it, but
Yeah.
it didn't look like it was going to happen. You know, on top of that, literally, like, they present this beautiful fucking game, and then they say, like, yeah, a return to the series, or like, the first entry in the series since for 9 years. And it's like, wait, first? Like, you have to pay. This is one of those cases where I think some people will be like, "Oh, you're reading too much into it." No, that was specific wording.
Mm-hmm.
That very much implies that if this takes off, we're getting more.
I think so, because I think Mario RPG and I think Thousand Year Door did very well for what they were looking for.
Oh yeah, those sold gangbusters right off the bat.
Yeah, they know that there is an audience for these games in particular, so they want to make sure that the triple hit is there. Is that okay? If all three do well, we can keep going with this type of RPG.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you have that hits right out the fucking gate.
Yeah.
And then you calm it down and they talk Nintendo World Championships NES Edition.
AKA speedrunning the video game.
It looks fun. I can't fault it. I'm gonna pick it up.
Yeah,
I'm debating getting that physical edition, but which comes with the gold
essentially card. If you remember the Wii U years, it was essentially NES Remix, that game, but added with that recognizable label and sheen of Nintendo World Championships, because like no matter how old you are and how much of a Nintendo fan you are, you probably sooner or later have heard about the Nintendo World Championships, specifically the legendary gold cart that is essentially a reused Zelda cart with a sticker on it that's worth like $12,000 or something.
Yeah.
The one with the sticker on it is worth $30,000 last I checked.
Ooh.
Yeah. It'd be pretty expensive.
Yeah, the regular one, the one that the better looking one, but like the gray cart is it goes between like 12 and 15 grand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One of the other things I want to bring up, I can't find statistics about Paper Mario Remake. The RPG remake sold 3.14 million copies, which is a lot. Like, yeah.
And it's pretty damn good for a remake of a Super Nintendo game.
Yeah.
Like literally the next check I could spare it, I'm picking up that and picking up Thousand Year Door. And I'm also probably like Nintendo World Championships. But and then when Mario and Luigi drops, I'll pick it up.
I think one of the other things is, that Mario RPG Maker, that didn't cost a whole bunch to make.
No.
Like that probably, you put like 10-20 million into there, maybe even less, and that gets made.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And 3.14 million, I forgot what the actual price was. That a $60 game?
Yes.
I think it was 60, yeah.
Okay, so
that
you're
60.
talking about,
that's a lot of money.
About 188 million in sales revenue. So that's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Like, and I mean, like, yeah, they had a good one. Like last year, I understand. Last year, Nintendo did really well.
Yeah, they did.
Like, you're talking. The Pikmin 4 had about 3.33 million.
Mm-hmm.
Mario Wonder had almost 12 million.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom, 20 million.
Yep. And that was very quick too.
Yeah.
We're not talking like, oh, it took them months to get... No! No, 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 no,
Understand.
no. That took weeks at the most.
20 million at $70 a pop. You're talking revenues of 1.4 billion with a B.
Yeah.
And again, these aren't these AAA games that are needing $300 million to make. Like, I don't know what the budget is for Tears of the Kingdom, but I don't think it's anywhere close to that. I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't even get close to 100 million.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think in revenue, I think they made back what they made back Spider-Man 2's budget.
Yeah.
Because I remember they had to get ridiculous fucking shit ton of money, and they were so upset about that too. Like, oh, we needed to make this much so that we could break even. It's like, that's called a problem.
Yeah, it's a big problem. Okay, so it looks like okay. Industry experts speculate that Tears of the Kingdom could have been from 100 to 150 million, in which case you're still coming off with a big chunk of change.
Yeah, that's still at least $2 billion in profit.
Well, as I said, the if 20 million times 70 would be 1.4 billion with a B.
Oh,
Even if let's say that your marketing budget is like a movie and we double whatever the production budget is. So let's just go with the highest. $300 million to produce and to market this.
You still have over like $500,000.
You still have over $1 billion with a B.
Yeah.
In revenue. Yeah.
Math.
Really...
Quick maths.
Mm-hmm.
That means you made almost 5 times your budget. You made almost 5 times back.
And half of those copies that they bought, that they sold, were in the first 3 fucking days.
And not just
not
just the digital either. They were physical copies too. A
a
shit ton of it was physical from what they'd said.
I imagine that that number adds a little bit more as well when you consider like deluxe editions.
Yeah, I mean,
editions.
You're talking about almost $1 billion in profit, probably close to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nintendo ain't hurting.
Oh no. Last year Nintendo ate well. And that's the thing about it, is that if you look, there was a graph where you could see like the revenue of Sony versus Nintendo, and you see Sony has all this big revenue, but tiny little profit.
Yep.
And Nintendo had modest revenue, and the profit was about what you would expect.
Yep.
Almost, if not more than Sony.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I love how we didn't have enough to talk about Nintendo World Championship, so we just shifted into Jesus, Nintendo's making a lot of money.
Nintendo basically figured out what they were. Nintendo decided to have a really fucking good day, and yeah.
So we're World Championships looks fun. There's an online leaderboard. It looks like there's many challenges to do. It looks fun. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Up next is Fairy Tail 2. Yeah, I'm not. Fairy Tail wasn't an anime that I really cared about.
Not my thing, but you know, it looks.
It looks interesting. It looks fine. The fact that it is the final battle. So I find that interesting that I guess Fairy Tail, the first game, covered a good chunk of the series. And then this is the final, so that's interesting.
It's one of those things where, like, even with good Nintendo Directs, you're going to have the game that everybody loves, and then you're going to have the games where it's like, well, somebody's happy.
Yeah. Then you have... and of course, yeah, I saw people making... the people that I watch making the joke when they saw Fairy Tail 2. It's like, oh, is this Sword Art Online? It's like, it literally said Fairy Tail, you... like, I don't care about the series, but god damn it!
Close enough.
The joke falls... Yeah, that's literally what somebody said. Fantasian Neo Dimension. Now, I had not even heard about this, but now I'm hearing that apparently that was an Apple Arcade exclusive
Mm.
that is now getting
Originally, yeah,
it's getting
a Switch
set
port.
free. Yeah,
Yeah, there's a couple like that.
but it's from
Okay.
the creator of Final Fantasy. Correct, it's the creator, right?
Yeah, Hironobu Sakaguchi.
Yeah, creator of Final Fantasy and the composer.
Nobuo Uematsu. Yes.
So I'm like, okay, it looks
Yeah.
fun.
It'd be good.
It
I don't
looks-
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, not really my thing, but it looks,
looks
fine.
Fine. It's just that somebody had pointed out to me. Apparently, the backgrounds are dioramas.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. Apparently, yeah. Apparently, the backgrounds were dioramas, and the whole idea is that it's dioramas, and then the game graphics are on top of it.
I don't hate that. That actually sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah, but it's also one of those things where it's like, it's not that, doesn't look that great, especially because Square has a lot of things coming up, so I feel like this one's just gonna kind of get lost in the shuffle a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it'll find its
It's like
audience.
it's all right. It's more RPGs to play in a year full of RPGs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's another up direct. RPG fans were eating good.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, like
We'll get
yeah.
there.
Although they're gonna be just like, no more, please. I can't finish this stuff. We don't have enough time before December.
Oh my god. Yeah. So. Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember I watched Pro Jared crying because he's like, guys, this is the problem with being an RPG fan. Your games aren't short.
No, they're not.
He's like,
Oh,
yeah, everybody's like, oh, you gotta play this. Oh, I gotta play that. Oh, I gotta play Dragon Quest. I gotta play this. Like, guys, I'm still trying to get through Final Fantasy for reviews. It means I have to play the games in their entirety.
Mhm.
Let me rest.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I hear you, dude.
yeah, at a certain point, RPG fans are probably gonna be like hackers in movies, where they have to have an RPG on each screen and they're playing them all at once,
Yeah.
just furious fucking typing.
Yep.
Okay, I got Persona over here, Final Fantasy over here, Final Fantasy over here, Bravely Default over here. I got Fire Emblem over here. For some reason, it's just
What they're gonna have to do is, it may not be Sword Art Online, but they're gonna actually have to plug their brain into the computer just to be able to play them all at the same time.
Right? Oh my god.
Hey Elon, I got an idea for the Neuralink. I want $2.4 billion.
Oh Jesus. It would short out. So then
No,
we get
you would get adware in your brain.
oh
Bachelor Chow.
god.
Oh, so it's EA.
So now we get to our first free update.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo Switch Sports with 2-on-2 basketball.
Yeah, this one was a surprise, but not a great one.
I forgot about this game.
We all did. It's been 2 fucking years.
I was interested in it until, when it came, right up to when it came out, and then finding out, okay, some of these sports aren't even in the game yet, and I'm like, excuse me? Like, you couldn't? And then the way it worked and some other things that happened, the way the free access and shit to it was weird, and I was like, I'm gonna skip this. I'm also not much for... So, okay, I love the Switch. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love the console. However, I'm exactly that. I'm a console gamer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't play with the Joy-Cons. I have a Pro controller, and I will do everything I can with that.
Yeah. I agree. I don't like the Pro controller.
It's
Or
one
sorry,
of those
no,
unfortunate
other way around. I like the Pro Controller. I don't like the Joy-Cons.
Yeah. The
The
gimmick is
big-
interesting, but like my days of caring about that are long past because the last time I cared about that kind of shit was the Wii. And eventually I was like,
Even
Yeah,
then, I
well,
didn't
also-
like the motion controls.
And the motion controls on the Wii were especially hit or miss.
Mhm.
Like, because there were some games that used them really, really well, but there were others that were just bad.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
But-
for this, I don't hate it as much. As more is just it's kind of the nature of the beast. Because
Mhm.
at the end of the day, especially after the Master System was the Wii, Nintendo will still try to find a way to bring in to have some occasional casual games that
Mhm.
they'll always have. That's why they have Nintendo Switch Sports. That's why we had both 1-2 Switch and its sequel that nobody seemed to play.
Yeah. I will
It's just-
say Mhm.
It's just one of those things where it's like, I'm not a fan, but it again, it's the line. This makes somebody happy.
Yeah. I am happy that it is a free update.
Yeah.
And it's not like one of those things where even they're just trying to throw a couple bucks. Like, throw us a couple bucks, we'll give you a new sport. Like, guys, come on. Thankfully, they didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
New IP, or new game, Mio, Memories in Orbit. That art style.
The art style is very pretty, but also I got the vibe of, oh great, it's another indie Metroidvania, probably a roguelike.
Probably, but it looks fun. Like, I don't hate it.
You know, its art style kind of reminds me of very much of a slightly more gradient, like, Ori games,
Yeah.
if you ever played those.
I'm not really interested in this one. To be completely honest,
Well,
find
it's
this
not
one
gonna
to
draw
be-
me. It didn't draw me in, but I was like, oh, that is a very pretty art style. So whoever's gonna
nothing
play it, they're gonna
else-
enjoy it.
If nothing else, it's when it comes out eventually next year, it's probably going to be one of those things where it's like it's a sleeper hit, if
Mhm.
it does well enough.
Speaking of sleepers, you want to straighten yourself out there, Pass?
Hmm?
Your eyes are drooping. Your model like literally looked like it was nodding off.
Oh, I'm sorry. This game is just kind of.
Another free, another free update.
Uh-huh.
Disney Illusion Island.
Again, a meh.
I keep forgetting that game exists.
The
I've
thing
heard
about
the
it is,
game
as much as this,
And the same
much
thing
as
is
this
too, because
is-
it looked cool. I mean, it's
Mhm.
kind of that modern Disney Toon style. It's that modern
Yeah.
Disney Toon style with Rayman,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
like
See,
Rayman
my
gameplay.
My thing about this is, even though I really did like this direct,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of stuff where I'm just like, okay, it's like, I mean, this is kind of what I expect from a Nintendo Direct. There's going to be a lot of stuff I don't care about,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
but
Yeah,
I
but
don't
I think-
mind it because it's basically, oh, okay, we've got a good variety of stuff, so it's not like, oh, everything's the same.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, there's a bit of everything to go around.
Then a South Park joke became a reality.
Yeah.
Actually, this has been a reality for a while, because this is another
How
one
long?
that was.
How long?
How long?
This was originally an Apple Arcade game as well, and then it's getting ported.
What
to Switch and
year?
all other
What
consoles.
year did
What
that
year
come
did it
out?
come out?
It's a recent one, so technically, yeah.
Yeah,
Technically,
Butter,
yes, South Park.
Butters, yeah. South Park
South-
made a game where Butters is playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure,
Adventure.
and now it's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. July 2023 on Apple Arcade.
Yeah, that was, if I remember correctly, Butters made that during the World of Warcraft
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah. All the way back
Yeah.
then.
Almost
Yeah.
20 goddamn years ago.
Yeah. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm saying that this has been a thing for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Looney
Yeah, and
Tunes.
it's basically Hello Kitty Animal Crossing. Most people are only
Yep.
interested
Yeah.
for the South Park joke. That's it.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to say on that. Looney Tunes
It is.
Wacky World of Sports actually looked kind of fun.
Gameplay looked fun. Graphics, even for the Switch, were kind of eh.
I see what art style they're going for, and that's why it's not really looking very great on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's trying to do a cell shaded look, definitely, but
Mm-hmm.
unless unless you have guys who are experts in the style, say like I don't know, like people at like Platinum or something,
Mm-hmm.
it's not. It's the Switch. You have to know the Switch's firepower in order to make that work.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the problem. This
Granted,
is the
it's
last year of the Switch.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We kind of need, yeah. Folks should already know the power of the Switch
Mm-hmm.
and what it can and cannot do. So,
Yeah.
And then we got.
Well, this is the same company that did it's Game Mill, so it's the same company that did like Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl and the Nickelodeon like kart racers.
Oh yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like it's probably a cash grab, but at the end of the day, if it's fun and it plays something like the old like Looney Tunes sport games back on like the SNES and Genesis, I wouldn't mind it.
Oh yeah, the old Looney Tunes basketball games on SNES were actually really fun.
Yeah.
Among Us has a free update.
kind of sus, bro.
Honest,
Kind of sus, bro.
Kind of sus.
honestly, the big thing is that I think some of these roles have been on mods for years. It's just they're getting official support.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the
And-
problem is that it's like I don't know many people who are playing Among Us now. I feel like some of the
It's the
things
kids.
It is.
yeah, but I also feel like some of the things is they should have really done some of the stuff years earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also it's still as successful as this franchise is. We got to remember, GameStop is still technically indie. It's like a real like
True.
decently sized team, so
Well-
it can take whiles. And
Yeah.
also,
Mhm.
it's made at this point. Among Us is kids. A lot of that fan base is kids.
That's
Yeah.
why it's getting a cartoon. But yeah, the thing is, I also know the history, a little bit of the history of Among Us, and the fact that because the game ended up doing so fucking well,
Mm-hmm.
plans for because it became a sleeper hit, plans for a sequel, everything that was going to go into that ended up getting scrapped and turned into DLC and updates for the first one.
I could see that.
So I think that's kind of what's happening is we're seeing the last trickle of stuff.
Yeah.
Farmagia.
AKA Farming Sim Monster Ranger?
Yeah, I don't know what to make of this. Again, I don't hate it, but I mean, just like they grew.
Can I find the Phoenix and go fight Moo?
It looks fine.
Yeah, that's again. It's the model of this will make somebody happy.
Yeah. It's like where's Scott the Woz when we need him to just go, it looks fine.
Yeah.
Then the next big one that we got. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD.
Yeah, it looks like fun.
Yeah. The
It
fact
is.
that is finally getting taken, it is no longer trapped on, the original is no longer trapped on the 3DS and the
Wii.
and the Wii.
Yeah.
And the fact
Yeah.
they're combining the two. And this is the Wii version of the game remastered to not have to have those
With
fucking
the-
controls.
With the extra 3DS levels. Yeah.
Yeah, the extra 3DS level.
Yeah.
Like, okay. I'm down for
Mhm.
that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um,
Honestly, I'm just surprised it took them this long, especially because
Mhm.
Tropical Freeze was basically a launch title.
and unfortunately, it is gonna be next year though.
Yeah.
Early,
Well,
next
yeah,
year,
it's
Yeah.
early next year, but
Which-
next year. Yeah.
It's probably going to be for that console we can't talk that they didn't talk about.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that we're not getting anything on it because I think that's not going to
Mhm.
happen until later this year.
Yeah.
The next,
And I
Oh, no,
imagine
yeah.
some of these are probably going to be I imagine some of these are probably going to be either simultaneous releases or the Switch 2 is probably going to have Switch successor, Switch 2, whatever the fuck it is probably going to have backwards compatibility.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah.
oh yeah.
We're-
I'm gonna bring up some theories here later. Because some people have pointed out some of these games looked like they might have been coming off of the Switch 2 hardware.
Mhm.
Like it looked like, and if that's the case, oh, we got some things to talk about here at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D remake. That looks good, dude.
The only thing that bugs me is the title. I don't know. HD 2D remake sounds like a really bad Kingdom Hearts spin-off that nobody wanted.
I think they should have done like what Final Fantasy has been calling them and just say pixel remaster.
I think a pixel remaster is a much better way of saying that. But yeah.
However,
yeah,
this
we're
is how I
getting
want.
Dragon Age 3.
Yep, Dragon Quest 3, which
Sorry, Dragon Quest 3, not Dragon Age.
Yeah.
That's a different.
That's a
Yeah,
different-
Dragon Quest 3. Hey, RPG folks, do you have a job? You shouldn't.
Oh god, fucking like I am also of the agreement that one, yes, this is how Final Fantasy Tactics needs to be done.
Mhm.
Like it needs to come out that way. And yes, this is how we need to see a remaster of Chrono Trigger.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they're like messing around with that. It's just that they want to get some of their bigger franchises out of the way first.
It's possible.
Dude,
Yeah, especially because
you announce a Chrono Trigger Pixel remaster.
that shit's gonna print money. I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. It's like Square, you've been having some problems. Square Enix, you haven't been doing super great. Maybe that should be something you should do. And you
Well,
can print all the
the problem-
fucking money.
The problem is with Square Enix is less that they're not making great games. It's more that those expectations for those games are way too fucking high.
Yeah.
There's a bit
Like-
of both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like maybe,
it's so
maybe it's time to, instead of the action RPGs, can we have a turn-based one, please?
Yeah.
Please, new turn-based.
well, yeah, they're definitely doing. I think they're definitely testing the waters with the pixel remasters of the first 6 Final Fantasies, plus this one with Dragon Quest 3 and the first 2 in a package. Oh yeah, spoilers. Later on, they revealed that they're doing the first 3 Dragon Quest in this HD 2D style. It's just that
Yeah.
3 is coming first in November, and then 1 or 2 are going to be in the combo pack in 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
a
is how it
little
should
ass
be. I get it.
backwards, but okay.
Yeah, until he explained it, I was like, I guess a lot of other people knew this too. Apparently, in chronological order, Dragon Quest 3 is the first game.
Yeah, it's a
Huh.
prequel. It's the Erdrick trilogy because the first 3 games, the hero is meant to be Erdrick, Guardian of Light. So yeah, 3's the prequel, then you go 1, then you go 2, and then 4 through the rest to have different heroes.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So-
why hero. That explains why Hero in Smash Brothers has like different character models.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, and so he did explain and flat out say, like, I think people will really like it if they play it in that order, like 3, 1, and 2. Like, okay.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
No,
go
Yuji
for it.
Horii, from what I've seen in interviews, Yuji Horii is just kind of a sweet old guy who's just glad that his series has lasted for so long.
Mm-hmm.
But again, hey, if you love JRPGs, do you have a job? You better quit it, or you're not gonna have enough.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have enough time to be able to do.
Convince your office to work from home, so you can work on the office, and then your off time is just playing. It's just playing all the RPGs, all of them.
Off time. It's like you're gonna be doing that during work, aren't you?
Dude, once again, like once this game comes out, like you're gonna once again have school being canceled for the day in Japan. Because that is a thing. Every time a new Dragon Quest comes out, they fucking cancel school because they know they're gonna have too many kids calling in sick.
Yeah, no, because Dragon Quest is a beloved franchise in Japan.
Yeah, it's practically recognized as a fucking holiday now.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of like March Madness in the U.S. Like, yep, everybody's calling out sick. Just whatever.
Yeah.
So now we get to the first that actually made me facepalm.
It's who gives a shit.
Funko Fusion.
Yeah, it's
no.
Oh,
I don't blame.
Who cares?
And no, I'm not blaming Nintendo. I blame the creators of this, and it's just I don't fucking get it.
Funko Pops. It's basically Funko Pops. Hey, look at all this things of different. It's literally member berries in doll form.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is them basically trying to bite off the Lego pie.
You Lego Dimensioned it.
Yeah.
You Lego Dimensioned it. Hey, how did that go for Lego Dimension? It didn't last long. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's just
like
it's
dude,
one of those
we are
things
in the
where it's
middle of a gaming crash. That is like a lot of the other ones beforehand I was kind of meh on, or this isn't really my thing. This is the one, this is the one where I'm like, this really is not that. It's like I am not feeling this.
Oh yeah, no, this reeks of end of generation shovelware.
It does.
I personally think it's the one dud of this direct.
It not only end of generation shovelware, it also just soulless cash grab.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're like, absolutely. Oh, you can play as Marty McFly. And I'm just like, ooh, nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
I won't play. If I wanted to play as Marty McFly, I would play the Telltale game, Back to the Future games.
But I also think they definitely thought nobody was going to care about Funko Fusion because of the next
That's true. You do kind of bury it.
Yeah, with Luigi's Mansion 2 HD.
Yeah, I get the feeling that this might have been a contractual obligation.
Yeah.
For both Nintendo and the game
Funko
studio.
probably threw a bit of money to put this in. I mean, it
Not
is.
That they have it. Funko's been hemorrhaging money for a long time.
It's like the Beanie Babies. They can't admit that they're dying.
Yeah.
So they'll try everything.
Yeah, I'll pick up Luigi's Mansion 2 HD.
I think that puts. I believe that puts all of the Luigi's Mansions on the Switch.
Nope.
Because the first game is still not on there. One.
Nope, that's only on 3DS.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought
that's actually what's driving me nuts is that it's not on Switch. But I'm hoping.
That's so weird.
I'm hoping it will be by the end because we're pretty sure Switch 2 is going to be backwards compatible. So
because I was thinking that's a GameCube launch title. I thought they would have had that on there. It would be like, because I was under the impression it's like, okay, well we're gonna get because 3 was on the Switch, we're gonna get 2, so 1 is gonna come back because it's like I don't think 2 was as well received as 1.
I think. Don't quote me on this.
Or do you? They're waiting for another console that hasn't been named yet?
I think that might be a phantom drop in October.
Why would you phantom drop that?
I think not so much a phantom drop, but more of the next direct I think we're going to get is going to be before October.
I think so. I
think they're gonna be like, oh hey, by the way, October, here you go. And it's like, wait, but that's like a month from now. It's like, yeah, but we finished it. Here you go. Like, oh,
yeah, like
okay,
I can understand. Like, I don't want a phantom drop, but yeah, I do agree with you. With the next direct will definitely be before the holiday season because the Switch 2 needs to be announced.
Yeah.
We need to know, even if the idea is, hey, guess what? Guess what? It's September, motherfuckers. It's coming out holiday season. Prepare your anuses.
So I think that'll be one of the things where like, oh wait, by the way, like, yeah, we're pretty much done. We finished. We're just like doing last minute like shit to it, but one is ready and you can get that in October.
I think also
like,
one of
what?
the things is that the Switch 2 is going to have a ton of like big releases that are going to come out. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised that that one might be of like, yeah, we kind of held that one back just a bit, that so that, you know, we're gonna be like Kenshiro, just gotta hit you and watch your brain swell up and explode.
Yeah.
The new Dempa Man. I have no idea what the hell this is.
I looked it up. It's a sequel to a 3DS game and is also a mobile port from Genius Sorority, the guys who did Pokemon Coliseum and XD and all that.
Okay.
As for
I thought it was Tomodachi Life, honestly.
It kind of looks like it, yeah, but it basically it's a mobile port that although that is getting the console port because its mobile servers have shut down years ago.
Okay. And it's a timed exclusive. It looks fine. It's
weird, wacky Japanese shit. Somebody's happy.
But hey, Metal Slug Attack Reloaded. Yes! Dude, the fucking deck builder Metal Slug game, like, yes? I'm down for that.
It's not my thing, but I am glad SNK is giving love to Metal Slug and its franchises outside the fighting game.
Because, like, outside of that same day, yeah, or, like, within, like, just this week, we got, fucking Tactics finally got, the Metal Slug Tactics finally got a demo. And I heard really good things. Yeah. Like, it looks, yeah, I'm down for more Metal Slug, damn it. Like, I love Metal Slug.
Yeah, honestly, a big thing for me is that I would love a port of like Double X, if you remember that from the Wii days.
Yes.
But I don't blame people for being like, oh, I love this, and it's like, yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's always cool to see Metal Slug sprites, especially if they're done well enough in HD. Like, honestly, if they did an HD 2D remake of the Metal Slug games, I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Like those sprites in that style, I imagine would be amazing.
Moving down the line, yeah, I mean that looks good. I think we're all in agreement. It looks fun, and if you love Metal Slug, you're gonna like it. Darkest Dungeon 2.
Hey,
this is one of those. This is one of those that's been on the pipeline for a while. I think it was announced a couple of years ago. I think. So this is just them confirming that it's getting a Switch port. It's coming out July. It's coming out next month.
All right, halfway point here. Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack update.
Yep.
Okay. You only announced 4 games, but it was fantastic what they announced.
Yeah.
So you get 2 games coming to the Game Boy Advance. We finally got fucking 4 swords.
Yep. 4 swords.
I've heard that's an amazing. I've heard that's an amazing port. The only problem that it has the Super Mario Advance problem where the voice clips get really fucking annoying.
Yeah, I can see that.
Specifically, every time Link goes to score, you go the yeah.
Yeah, well, but it also it was a really good way of playing Link to the Past.
Yeah, and also it's another Kirby and the Amazing Mirror thing where people are finally able to experience that game's multiplayer.
Zero Mission. I think this was a distraction, by the way.
Fucking finally, we get Metroid Zero Mission on the GBA for the Switch.
I think this was their way of throwing people off, by the way, but we'll get to that.
But
Also, fun
for
fact,
one
I
thing,
think
Zero Mission's one of the best Metroid games because I'll say this: Metroid 1, going back to it is not that fun.
No, but Zero Mission is
It's
fantastic.
Zelda 1. It's Zelda 1.
Yeah.
Like, you recognize that it's good for what it was, and it did what it needed to, but there's something that's a lot better on a different console.
Yeah.
This one really did it took the stuff that they did in Super Metroid and they redid it. They basically took the Super Metroid stuff and put it to Metroid 1. And it really worked well.
Well, your Metroid Game Boy Advance games are fantastic fucking games. Like,
I mean, they are.
Yeah, Zero Mission and Metroid Fusion. Like, fuck yeah.
But yeah, this was very much... The fact is, this was very much, hey, you know what? Let's redo this. And it's... Both of their redos, this and then Metroid Samus Returns that was on the
3DS.
That was on the 3DS.
3DS
Are amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, fun fact, with the exception of Samus Returns, you can play all of the 2D Metroids are on the Switch now.
Yeah, we're just missing one. We're just missing one.
Yeah, the original Metroid. Yeah, the original Metroid 2 is on there. Yeah. So.
Yeah, come on, give us Metroid Samus Returns. You let that be the tryout for fucking Mercury Steam, and then they made Metroid Dread. So come on now, give it. Come on.
Fun fact. This is something I didn't know, but fun fact. Around the time Samus Returns came out, apparently Mercury Stream originally wanted to remake Fusion.
They did. Their original. They actually went to. They actually did go to Nintendo and pitch remaking Fusion. However, they weren't. Part of the problem is that they did not have the greatest track record when it came to the other part of a Metroidvania. Their Castlevania games are not well liked.
No. No, they are not.
Yeah. Which ones did they do?
Oh, Lords of Shadow, I believe.
Yeah, Lords of Shadow is.
Was that them? Really?
Yeah.
There was a they did some not good Castlevania games. There are a lot of people who are like, they're doing a Metroid. Oh no.
Yeah, like. Yeah, Lords of Shadow, aka Godavania.
The big thing though, it looks like Mercury Stream's more thing is they're more mixed than anything. Because you have all the Lords of Shadow games, but then you have the 2 Metroid games, and one I heard that's actually really underrated, Clive Barker's Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
I think also the thing about
I'm sorry,
Metroid games is probably Nintendo keeping a very close eye on them.
Yeah. Actually, it's
Sakaguchi especially, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually likened to a. Sorry, I have to correct that. It's been likened to a lot of the gameplay in Lords of Shadow has been likened to being a ripoff of Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, specifically with the giant bosses and climbing on them for weak points. Yeah. I actually heard the first Lord of Shadow game wasn't that bad. It was obvious it was derivative. Mm-hmm. It's with the sequels they got worse.
Yeah.
Well, and part of it was that I think the Castlevania games had been in some trouble, and that wasn't helping. I mean, it's one thing now Metroid had been in some trouble also, but that's other M. And other M, the worst Metroid game out and nearly killed the franchise.
Okay, yeah, when Lords of Shadow came out, the handheld Castlevania games were doing fine because most of those were just Igavanias. Because that was like Dawn of Sorrow, Circle of the Moon, Harmony of Despair, etc., etc. The console games, however, were on a bit of a slump because we had just gone to the PS2 era. That's where stuff like Lamented Innocence happened, where it's them still trying to do the 3D stuff from 64, and it's just not hitting as well.
Yeah.
And then
The
there
PS2
are
games
some bright
are
spots.
good though, actually. The 2 PS2 games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just that they're not as memorable. Especially, they're mostly memorable to hardcore Castlevania fans. Well, that and fans of the anime because of references to Hector and all that. But,
Yeah.
you know.
You know, we fucked them up, but still.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit bitter about that. I won't lie. As much as I like the anime, I'm a little bitter about that.
But yeah, no. Then they did. They decided, oh hey, we're gonna make. So yeah, then they get. So yeah, then they want to do. Like they really wanted to do a remake of Fusion, and Nintendo wasn't too sure about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So-
then Sakaguchi suggested that they use their assets in the engine instead to make a remake of Samus, Metroid 2: Return to Samus.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine because Metroid 2, oh boy, that game. Let's be honest, that game.
Yeah. It was my childhood
Yeah.
one, but yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
game. It's not that. Like, how many people, show of hands, actually played that game on the Game Boy?
I can't raise my hand, but if I could.
I
That was the one I actually
Anybody who's
owned.
raising your hand, I'm just gonna be like, I'm pretty sure you're lying. No one
Don't-
played that game.
I grew up.
Don't-
I legitimately grew up with that one being one of my go-to games in my collection.
I didn't play it until emulation, so I can't really say anything.
I would pop it into my Game Boy, into my GBA.
Yeah. And I think that's actually that was one of the few games that also had compatibility with Super Game Boy, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It wasn't good. I could never beat it, but like it was.
Funny enough, there's a game I can compare it to that we had announced in this direct. Metroid 2 had the same problem Luigi Mansion 2 had, where the gameplay was fine. It's just that it elongated the formula to the point where it was getting very repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because with Metroid 2, you had the whole thing about killing all the Metroids and doing this going back and forth and backtracking.
Mm-hmm.
Then with Luigi's Mansion, they had the multiple mansions and the giant staircase in between. Very like stretching of the formula.
Yeah.
And part of this was that part of it, I think, with Metroid 2 is also going to a weaker console in the Game Boy.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, with its 4 shades of green.
But so there's
So
there's now a not only did we get those two games, there is now an offshot of N64 Online. There's a variant.
Oh,
The Mature
the
17.
17. Yeah.
Yep.
I've heard that the only reason that this is a thing is that it's the same way as it is in Japan. Is the main thing.
It's the ESRB.
Yep.
That's literally the reason why they can't do that, because they'd have to change everything.
Mm-hmm.
So so we got in this adult selection, we've got 2 games so far, right off the bat. Turok, I did not fucking expect.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny because there is the remasters that Night Guy did, also available on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
But it is kind of cool to see the N64 boards because from what I heard, I played a little bit myself, but there is a lot of love for Turok, especially from those first 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Then the reboot kind of fucked it all up, but
And Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
Dude.
This one I was a little surprised by.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I knew that, they got GoldenEye. Thing is, I thought they were only going to be able to get GoldenEye. Because the problem is,
They have
with GoldenEye, Banjo Banjo too, yeah. But the main thing is that I wasn't sure how much Microsoft was going to protect the Perfect Dark, because out of all the Rare franchises, weirdly, that was the one they tried to make into a new franchise. Because the 360 launch title was Perfect Dark Zero, and then you had the re-release on Xbox Arcade, and now recently I heard they're trying to remake it again.
Yeah, but I think Xbox is losing their grip. So,
Yeah, I want to be sure. Honestly, sooner or later, it feels like the deal with Rare is gonna die off, and then Rare's gonna be independent again, or the madmans that they were, Nintendo buys them, and then now
Nintendo's
I don't. There's no deal. They got bought by Microsoft free and clear.
yeah,
I don't think
right.
there's
They
a
got
deal.
merged into it. Yeah.
yeah, but
They're
I think
merged
they're
in-
going to
yeah,
try.
they got bought like 20 years ago. You would have to basically have them completely be divested from. You would have to have them.
I wouldn't be
completely
shocked.
divested.
I think
considering
Nintendo's
how
gonna-
much
yeah.
Microsoft is considering how much Microsoft's hemorrhaging money from all the studio acquisitions, I wouldn't be shocked if we got that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so, because the fact is, while they might shut studios down, I don't think they're willing to sell off IPs, because that's future revenue stream.
Mm-hmm.
You have to understand
True. Yeah.
how business folks.
I think Nintendo's going to basically come in and be like, here's how this is going to work. This is what we want.
Mm-hmm.
We want all of Rare's properties. That's what we want. And we want the
But
staff.
I just
one of those
don't
things
want
where
them
basically,
to
I
overpay
think-
for it.
I think they'll basically say, here is what we will give you, and not a penny more.
Yeah.
We know what situation you're in. Can you really afford to tell us no?
And it also doesn't really help that even with stuff like Rare Replay, the most things that Rare has done for Microsoft is develop the fucking avatars and develop the software for Kinect. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've
Rare
been
hasn't been
basically
using their potential for a while.
yeah, Rare has been sent into the they've been sent into the cobalt mines basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm excited about that. That's awesome. I went ahead and downloaded all that. So now that we're past the halfway point, Phantom Brave, The Lost Hero. I don't care about it that much. I am shocked to hear another entry in the Phantom Brave series.
I'll be honest, I didn't even know it was a series until somebody pointed it out.
Yeah. And it's one that I did not expect another entry in.
Yeah, it helps that it's fucking NIS America, which they're part of the Kings of the wait, that's a Kings of wait, that's a franchise?
But that's okay. A lot of us
Yeah,
are like, this is fine. This looks fine.
Yeah.
And then
it's
they
like-
smack us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics.
Man, let me off the leash. Let me off the leash, please.
Go.
Okay, well that's the better way. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Yeah.
Fucking broke the mic. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no. This
Discord,
is
I'm too hyped for.
huge.
I am too hyped for this shit.
This is fucking huge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, I would have been happy with just Marvel too, but
Yeah. And what it comes with. Dude. This collection. Hey, give me just a second. I'm pulling it up. Yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. Oh, wait. Duh. I can just go ahead and bring that up on Twitter. I will never say X. It's
So
not
yeah,
fucking
okay,
X.
here we go. I've got it. I have
Okay.
We start with X-Men: Children of the Atom,
Yes.
the first one. When I first played when I was a little kid. Marvel Superheroes.
Yeah.
I believe that's the one where you have the Infinity Gem. Yep, you do. You have the
Yep.
Infinity Gems.
Yeah.
Then X-Men versus Street Fighter.
Street Fighter.
The first in the Marvel vs. Capcom series.
Yep.
Officially,
Remember,
it
is
is
that the one-
considered the first.
Is that the one where you fight Cyber Akuma at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And guess what? He's playable from the start.
Yes.
Oh.
From what I have gathered, there are no unlockable characters. Everything is unlocked. Is with what I've gathered. And like I think there's maybe like if you do certain button presses, you'll get all the other hidden characters.
Here's the thing, though. Fun fact: a lot of these hidden characters, in the arcades, the only way you could get some of these is if you hacked the ROMs.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think X-Men, if it was X-Men Superhero or Children of Atom in particular, Juggernaut and Magneto weren't playable unless you hacked it.
Yeah, you've got. You have
Marvel Superheroes
Marvel
versus
Superheroes
Street
versus
Fighter.
which I think this is the one that has Cyber Akuma.
I believe so.
Because I remember
think
I
that's
would
the
play
one.
it as Cyclops and either Wolverine or Spider. It was Spider-Man and Cyclops or Spider-Man and Wolverine. Is how I would play.
Okay, then that would be
back in
Marvel
the day.
Superheroes.
Yeah, I think this one. I think the end boss is Cyber Akuma, and he whoops your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the thing.
Then-
there are technically 7 for people who don't know. There are technically like 7 entries. Or is it 7? Yeah, 7 entries canonically in this franchise.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it does the official Marvel vs. Capcom. It starts with X-Men versus Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom Clash of Superheroes,
That one is fun.
and then Marvel vs. Capcom 2 New Age of Heroes. Holy fucking shit.
Mhm. Yep. And yeah, in this collection we have we had X-Men, Marvel Superheroes, X-Men Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter, Marvel v Capcom, Marvel v Capcom 2, and we add the Punisher side-scroller beat 'em up.
Which is
Which
fantastic.
apparently was the very first collaboration, and up to this point has only ever had one home console port.
Yep.
Even then, it wasn't arcade perfect.
God no.
Yeah, this is a big fucking deal.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
And yeah, Ultimate
I saw that.
3 and Ultimate are considered 2 separate games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's
3.
the Capcom.
Yeah, Ultimate versus
it's the-
Capcom 3. Mm-hmm.
It's the Capcom separate versions thing. It's like,
Yeah,
like they stopped
And then
it
Infinite.
recently with 5 and 6, but it's like, yeah.
Infinite is number 7. So yeah, there you go. There's your lesson for today, children.
Which is rather
but yeah.
unfortunate, but the fans have been lifting up that game and trying to mod
But yeah,
it.
you could. The thing is, in that game, you could play as Frank Castle. You can play as white guy Nick Fury.
Yep. Forgotten. A lot of people
Yeah.
have forgotten about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot. Yeah, no. Technically, when he looks like Samuel L. Jackson, that is technically the
Ultimate.
Ultimate universe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whereas instead, I believe what was it? Hasselhoff played him once.
Yes.
As,
In the TV
live
movie,
action.
yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, see, so you're talking, Nick Fury, Punisher just beating shit up. It's like, ooh.
And also
old school beat 'em ups are always they are always
Mhm.
classics.
Yeah, and
So-
also, it's also weirdly one of the more violent, like beat 'em ups ever. Like, yeah, you're
better-
punching me, what's wrong?
Yeah, it better fucking be. That's
Yeah.
goddamn Frank fucking Castle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although fun thing is that the changes they mentioned, apparently in the Japanese ending for the arcade games, they used real life photos, including one of a homeless guy.
Jesus. Okay, I think as long as they remove that, I'm fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you look at, like, fun fact is, there is a website for this collection, and on Punisher, they list all the changes for certain games, for the games. And for Punisher, they only specifically mention editings to the original Japanese arcade ending, and it was like, what's that? And then I looked it up. I forgot whose video it was. I hate to do this, but they had a great video. They pointed out, oh yeah, it's because they use real life photos for the openings and endings of the original Japanese arcade game. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
you know what? That's fair.
Fuck. Now, as I said, I haven't played X-Men: Children of the Atom since I was very young, but I'm looking at Wolverine,
Dude, I got lucky and
Psylocke.
found
I
that,
remember
fucking
Psylocke.
laundromat
That's a
once.
Mugen special. Cyclops, Optic Blast.
Yeah.
Storm, because Storm's fucking awesome.
Yep.
Iceman, who was the one I always played because I like ice powers, and I will admit, ice spam moves. I'm just like, I'm gonna spam giant snowball hitting you, boom, boom, because I don't fucking care.
Pass, is there something you want to tell us? No, I'm kidding.
Nah, I don't. Dude, I was playing as a little kid, and I wasn't good at it anyway. Yeah, Colossus, who doesn't yell anywhere near as much as he does in the beat 'em up. Thank God. Spiral, who I forgot.
Yep.
Silver Samurai. Omega Red. Sentinel. I hope we get the... I don't think we're going to get the Mango Sentinel in this one.
Oh.
If it's an arcade,
no
perfect.
Mango
If it's an
Sentinel.
arc,
I think that's our MVC 1 or 2. We get the Juggernaut, bitch. Akuma.
yeah.
And yeah, Magneto.
Yeah.
Yeah, December
Yeah,
19... God, 94. God, it's been 30 fucking years.
Yep. I
Yeah.
cannot fucking wait. This is gonna be awesome.
And
It's coming out
and I
later this
love-
year. It's gonna be on Steam as well. So fuck yes.
Magneto. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
fun, fun.
the thing that
Go
I
ahead.
love about this is that if you go to the actual site, it'll show you everybody who's in all the characters. Oh, you pull up Marvel superheroes. Here's who you can play. You got Cap, Wolverine, the Hulk, Spider-Man, Iron Man. I remember Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
Psylocke again, Juggernaut again, Blackheart,
Psylocke's always good.
Shumagorath,
Oh wow.
Magneto,
Yeah.
Doctor Doom,
Yep.
Thanos, and Anita. The hell's Anita? I don't remember. Anita.
AKA, she was an unlockable kind of secret character.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
Oh,
like
you're gonna
game
love this.
breaking.
you remember,
Mhm.
yeah. You remember Donovan from Darkstalkers? You know that little girl he's always protecting? That's Anita.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
apparently she can
interesting.
break
It
your
looks
block without even trying.
Like, ooh, and some of them it
Yeah.
looks like. Are they? Oh, and here's something they add. They add that hey, you can turn off the screen flashing.
Yep.
You don't want to electric soldier soldier Porygon yourself. You can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one universal concept for all the games. You can
Hey,
turn down
you
the
know what?
screen
But I'm
flashing,
okay.
which
I'm okay with it because it's you can turn it off. You can turn it down if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
You want to electric soldier Porygon yourself? Be my guest. Yeah, Marvel. Let's see.
Yeah.
The X-Men versus Street Fighter. We've got Cyclops, Wolverine, Gambit, Storm, Sabretooth, Rogue. Ooh. Magneto, Juggernaut. Let's see. We got Ryu, Ken, Chun-Li, Zangief, Bison, Flight Attendant, Benny from Black
that's
Lagoon.
Cammy, but that's Alpha.
But that's
That's
Cammy.
Alpha.
Oh, that
that's
is
Alpha
Cammy.
Cam. Yeah, that's
Oh,
Alpha Cammy. So this is Killer Bee Cammy.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Sorry. She
for
looked
a-
like a. She looked like
Yes.
a fucking flight attendant.
Yeah, that outfit does. Yeah.
Benny from Black Lagoon, aka Charlie,
Mhm.
at Dulcim.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Cammy looked. She's got
And-
like a little tie and a hat. It's like what the hell? Because I always thought of
Yeah,
Cammy
keep
with
in
the
mind-
beret. Oh,
True.
what-
You got to
what year
remember
is this?
that the models in a lot of the MVC canonically are the alpha
Uh-huh.
models.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you have
Okay.
Cammy in
it's
her
a little- Gotcha.
So you have young Ryu and Ken, Cammy in her Killer B outfit,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Chun Li in the tracksuit before she did the Chinese dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Although
This
fun
one.
thing
Yeah.
though,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, fun thing though, a little bit sad for the hardcore FTC community. For the ROM they're using the third revision, which basically got rid of most of the infinite combos.
You know what? Okay. Guess what? These are like almost 30-year-old games. I'm sure you can the combos can be found. Go find combos. Oh, you can't do infinite combos.
Also, if you want to,
get good.
play the originals, Fightcade and all that, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, true. That is also true. Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighters, where we get Cyber Akuma.
Mhm.
We also have Sakura in her. Let me see.
Yep, that's from Alpha.
This is Alpha 2 and 3.
Yeah.
This is Alpha
Yep.
2 and 3.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Ryu and Ken's look, personally, but it is what it is.
It's young Ryu with Ken, so I give it a
Yep.
pass.
Mhm.
Then, now we got Marvel versus Capcom. Yeah. We switched out Iron Man for War Machine. I believe he plays the same as.
It's a palette swap, yeah, with like.
His is a full-on
Unibeam and
palette
the
swap.
Yeah.
We get.
It's the Unibeam and the cannon, because this was around when War Machine, Exo Man of War or whatever was pretty popular, so I imagine Marvel wanted to kind of put them in there.
Yep. We got all that. We get Mega Man and Roll in here.
Yep.
Yeah, Roll
Ken,
being a secret
go
character.
away. We don't have Ken. We just have Ryu.
Mhm.
Yeah, actually, looking at Marvel v. Capcom, man, that's a small roster.
It is.
It is small, but it's one of those things where it's like,
I
gotta keep in
almost-
mind this was 1990.
True.
I want to say 90.
There we go. Yeah,
19
Marvel v. Capcom 2's got the
Oh,
big
that
roster.
roster.
That's where the line
So, yeah, okay.
goes.
98,
nuts.
yeah. Marvel v. Capcom 1 is 98. 2 is 2000. There we go. Okay, we've got Cable. We've got who's his redhead? Marrow. I don't know you. I don't know you.
I think that might have been an
Cap,
original
Cyclops.
character.
We have Wolverine.
And Wolverine.
Oh, and
Bone,
Wolverine Bone.
They're separate characters
Spider-Man.
because reasons.
Uh-huh. Spider-Man. We've got Hulk. We got Iron Man. Iceman's back. I forgot about Iceman coming back. Been a while. War Machine, Gambit, Rogue, Colossus, Psylocke. I think this is about everyone other than this is like everyone from all the Marvel games.
Yeah, the whole idea that MVC2 was since
All of them?
MVC1 and them were on CPS2 hardware, which was pretty decent, and especially with X-Men vs. Street Fighter had
I'm
amazing
gonna have to move
animations.
my mic closer, so I apologize, people. But
But it was less powerful than with MVC2. It was the Naomi hardware,
Mhm.
and if you sound like Naomi hardware, that doesn't really sound weird. Keep in mind, this is what powered a lot of the late '90s Sega arcade games,
Mhm.
and essentially was a Dreamcast in an arcade cabinet.
Ooh.
That's why the
Lordy
the
Lord.
Dreamcast port of this, which is basically an almost perfect port.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's see who we have on Capcom. We've got Ruby Hart, who looks like Lady Pirate.
She's also the
And
main
original
character
character.
of the original character.
We've got Amingo, who is not Ludicolo. Please don't sue. We've got Sanson, who you're Sun Wukong with tits. Ryu. Ken has long hair. I don't know how to. Chun-Li. Chun-Li's awesome.
Mhm.
Guile. He goes with
Yeah, this might be
everything.
Alpha 3,
Zangief.
early First Strike.
Mhm.
Possibly. Dulcim. Charlie again. Kura. Dan. Cammy with.
By the
Cammy.
way, Paz, if you're wondering, Sun is actually from an old arcade game from like 1986,
Correct.
I want to say.
Oh shit! I forgot Jill Valentine was in this.
Yep.
Shiva,
Jin,
Jin from Cyberbots.
Yep.
Strider,
Try to hear you.
Hiryu, Hayato, Mega Man, Roll, Tronbon
Yep.
with their
Servbot.
servo bots. Oh, sorry, Mega Man. I love Mega Man Legends. They're just so adorable. They're so adorable. I want one. BB Hood, Felicia,
Darkstalkers.
bye Felicia, Morgan, Captain Commando, and Anakris.
Anarchist also from Darkstalkers.
Darkstalkers. Oh yeah. Yeah, no. You're talking. You're talking
Like 80 something?
okay. You're talking 28 and 28. You're talking 56 characters
Yeah.
in this roster. This is now, and part of this is what I was thinking. The older ones. Wow, this is a low roster. You got to remember, we're also so fucking spoiled with Smash Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Or Smash
Smash
Brothers.
Brothers.
It's like, haha, this is our opening roster. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smash Brothers, the end of alternate Street Fighter 4 with fucking massive amount of characters that it had.
Yeah. I mean, God, like, yeah, even like the first Smash Brothers didn't have a whole lot of characters, but yeah, no, this is the thing of holy shit, we're having some fun tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
keep in mind that with the Naomi hardware, one of the big things is that since while this is technically a 3D game, it's just that fighters themselves are sprite based, but the backgrounds are 3D.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it has there's a lot of processing power coming in.
Oh
So
shit, and it's also got rollback netcode.
Mm-hmm.
all of them have rollback netcode, yes.
Yeah, they're all gonna have rollback netcode. That is fucking cool.
Yeah,
Dude,
the first Capcom Fighting Collection had that too. So this is basically
It's
an
true.
evolution of that.
It is true, but no, this is gonna be so fucking cool.
And here's the thing:
no, I'm up.
they're basically Capcom's saying this. By the way, this is a series because they call it the Fighting Collection series, which means there's a possibility there's going to be more. And with the fact that we finally had a way to get Marvel 2 ported, that means they can port and emulate Naomi hardware, which means CVS 2 collection, please, for the love of God, please, hopefully, please.
We'll see. We'll see. Although, give them because here's the thing, I want to make sure that this is fully cooked by the time it comes out, and any updates are done before you start working on something else.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get this squared away, because so many people. I think I'm gonna have to get this. Holy shit!
So
this is
as
my
you can
job.
tell, this direct could have ended right here.
You could have, but we still got more.
Dude,
Yeah.
dude, I was erect the whole time that announcement was happening, just giddy as all fuck. I could see through time and taste colors. It was amazing.
So, yeah, before this just becomes the MVC podcast.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
buy it! You can pre-order it right now on Steam and Nintendo and PlayStation, but not
Yeah.
Xbox for some reason.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's if you're like, I don't want to play it on Switch, get it on Steam.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
on PlayStation.
I got it on my wish list. I'm gonna grab it.
Just
Anyway.
fucking get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
we've still got more.
Super Mario Party Jamboree.
Yeah, a whole new Mario Party. Hey,
I
did you
think
hate your friends? You will now.
I am kind of honestly, I'm kind of surprised they went back to the Super formula.
I'm a little
The way
surprised by that. Yeah.
Because the way I thought of it, I thought they were going to go more towards the direction of Superstars, but I imagine maybe this Super Mario Party might definitely tweak from stuff from the original Super Mario Party and maybe add some of the quality of life stuff that was in Superstars.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. But I'm down to see where we go from this, because it's a Mario Party. We're gonna have some fun with it.
Yeah, and it also is pretty cool that they kept the stuff from Super Mario Party by adding 2 classic boards to it.
Mm-hmm.
The boards they chose are interesting, but it's cool.
They're good warts.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Rainbow Castle from Mario Party 1 and Western Land from Mario Party 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Part of me wishes they would have done Waluigi Island, but that's just a troll in me.
And up to 20 people online can play together.
Yeah.
Well, it's not specifically the Mario Party.
There's a
game,
mode, but it still looks good
it's
enough.
a separate mode. But yeah, it's basically Mario Party Battle Royale, and that sounds awesome and terrifying at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks good. We're in a good timeline when it comes to this stuff. Yeah,
Yep.
that looks really good. I'm definitely gonna grab it.
Yep. That'll be an interesting one. Yep.
Then the Zelda drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one I was really surprised. It's like, first off, okay, so this is Legend of Zelda X. First off, they're reusing the Link's Awakening remake style, which is a cool style. It's just I didn't expect it. And B, and this is the kind of the big hook, you're playing as Zelda in this, not Link.
Yep. Echoes of Wisdom.
Yeah, I think, as I said it before, this is a AA game to satiate you over while they are working on another AAA Zelda game. Who knows
AKA
what they're going to do?
Breath of the Wild. AKA Breath of the Wild.
I don't think they're going to do another.
Daddy.
I don't think they're going to do another Breath of the Wild. I think even they know they need to go with something else, because I think you're kind of done with that. Like Tears of the Kingdom Tears of the Kingdom is like, where do you just there's nowhere to go from there.
Yeah, I think they'll figure it out though.
I'm sure they will.
But
They
this
will
looks fun.
take their good sweet time to do it, and it will be great.
Fucking fan art from this happened within the hour, and I love it.
The artists were feasting because of this trailer. Holy shit!
So yeah, the idea here is we start off with Link fighting Ganon, and Zelda's in a crystal. She gets out of the crystal, and then there's just these weird kind of purplish muck things that are there, and it's like, oh, and Link's just like, oh, I'm falling. I guess I'm just gonna drown.
I guess I'll die.
Yeah, I guess I'll die. And now Zelda has to have gets her wand of Gamelon and goes and fights Betty. I know. You know what? She has a magic wand. It's wand of Gamelon. No, this is much more interesting.
Yeah,
it's her wand, her Xerox wand.
The Tri-Rod, which
no, this is maybe it's the Tri-Rod because it has both yellow, magenta, and cyan toner in it, because it literally will just copy things and make them.
Yeah, the whole gimmick of this game is that Zelda has a wand that, well, they call it making echoes, but it's essentially copying. It's a copy ability.
It's very similar to the kind of thing from Tears of the Kingdom, where you could just you could make things and you could set them for your favorites. And it's just like, oh hey, I made this. Listen, and then just like, here you go. Boom,
I just
boom,
remembered.
Boom, boom.
I just remembered another piece of fan art that was so fucking hilarious, which was her looking at her options, and it says save Link as or copy Link, and she's like,
yes.
Whoa.
There's that. There's
my favorite one is my favorite one is Zelda going, you wouldn't, and just having the text of, you wouldn't download a car, would you?
Yeah, she's just smirking.
There's also Zelda copied the soul of Block.
But yeah, so you can copy inanimate objects and even villains that you have killed. She kills a moblin with a rock. She just creates a rock and just smashes this poor moblin to death, and then it's like, I can now copy them and make shadow clones of moblins to fight for her.
It's basically necromancy, which is the most insane thing ever, but it's awesome.
She's just summoning everything.
Mm-hmm. This looks awesome. I am definitely going to pick it up.
Yeah, although admittedly, a lot of people mentioned they were kind of surprised they're going this route, because with a lot of art and playstyles of Zelda, people were expecting it to be more like an archery game.
Magic works a lot better because the fact is she's always been a strong sorcerer.
Mm-hmm.
She's always had that magical affinity because of the bloodline that she has. The
Yep.
fact that she has that divine bloodline from Hylia. So yeah, this doesn't bother me at all. This is cool. It's like, hey, oh, you aren't gonna have a sword. You just you summon other things. Like, oh, we're at that spinny enemy. You can just hop on it and just go, I'm spinning. Just
You
like
ride
the
that
the
bitch.
top in Twilight Princess.
And I will point out
Ride
one
that
more
bitch
thing.
like play bait.
I will point out one more thing when we get to the end, because I have
Mhm.
something to say. I have said it over on Pass's stream the other day, but I will point this out when we get to it. But yeah, no, definitely want Echoes of Wisdom. I want this game. I want it so bad.
And for those Switch Lite collectors, all 2 of you, there is gonna be a special Switch Lite with this, a gold and black Switch Lite.
You know what? I will keep my my Tears of the Kingdom Switch OLED. Thank you, please and thank you.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you like the Switch Lite, I go on with your bad self.
So
I mean,
then
the Switch Lite, if nothing else, the Switch Lite is kind of like that. I kind of think of it as like the Switch version of the 2DS.
Mm-hmm.
You take away the gimmick, but you still get the library.
So then we have a
like,
slowdown.
here's-
So then we have a
Yeah,
slowdown
no.
in this. Just Dance 2025. Okay, whatever.
Well, okay, hold. I was also gonna say this. I'm not sure. Zelda wears a Hylian hood, very similar to Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not because also Link wears one. So is that her own, or did she steal Link's? Because if she stole Link's, it is literally her going throughout the game wearing her boyfriend's hoodie.
Yeah,
That's very
and they
possible.
that's one detail. Another detail is that you have both type of Zoras in the.
That
in
is
this
true.
game.
I did put on there. You have both type of Zoras, and their whole thing is that they're arguing over which faction gets to have Link bone them. If not, the fact is the old Zoras actually are just like oh, a Hylian wants to bone us, and that's how we got the new Zoras.
Yeah.
It's basically that part that anime where he's like, and now I will pleasure myself with this fish.
So yeah, Just Dance 2025. It looks fine.
It's
I'm
kids
not
and
interested in
medical
Just
patients.
Dance. I'm not
It's kids and-
interested in just.
Remember, it's kids and medical patients. This is the series that was so big in retirement homes. They were doing Wii releases till 2020.
To be fair, I'm
Whatever.
also just not interested in Ubisoft at the moment, so...
Not a lot of
I'm
people
not either,
are,
but it's
yeah.
like, all right, whatever. This is the thing about it. Like, I know some people, have issues with this director. There's some filler. There is, but I feel like it's a bit of stuff for everybody, and I feel I like that more than some of the other ones. Like, Microsoft has some good stuff, but sometimes you just need a little bit for everybody. So it's like, oh yeah, everybody's gonna have fun with this one.
Again, it's the same thing that happened with like Nintendo Switch Sports, where it's like, this is them getting to the casual audience. Not my thing, but somebody's happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lego Horizon Adventures. I didn't even know this thing existed because apparently I completely missed the fact that Summer Game Fest happened.
My problem is that I don't care about Horizon. They really want to make Aloy a mascot, and I just don't care.
Mm-hmm.
It's cavemen and robot dinosaurs, and I am just like, I am bored of this.
Hey,
I don't care.
It's shinier Turok. It's one of those things where it's like, I played the first game and I did enjoy it, but it's also like, I'm not gonna say I'm the big fan. It's just it's fine. I know Forbidden West probably did decently well because it was one of the few PS5 exclusives they launched.
Those stuff they did very, very well. I'm just like, I just am not interested. It's like I don't really care about Aloy as a mascot for Sony. It just does not interest me at all. So right here, I am just like,
If nothing else, though, one thing you could be happy about is that the Horizon engine, Kojima's using that for Death Stranding too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, we're gonna get The Postman Knocks Twice. The game.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Guerrilla
Each
Studios
edition.
is doing is Guerrilla Studios is helping out with that genre too because it's their engine they're using.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Here's one that I thought was already on the Switch.
I was kind of surprised, yeah, but
Stray.
again, this was a very indie title.
I
so
think the thing about Stray was having to I think why it might not have been there is again having to conform to the constraints of the Switch.
the Switch, yeah.
It doesn't look too great on the Switch, actually.
No.
I'm also gonna say I don't care. This is gonna be the
You know
one
what?
where I have to say flat out, I get it. I do get that you
Mhm.
want variety and shit like this. I don't understand the audience for this game. This
Cat
game
people.
100%, and I'm a cat person too, but this game 100% did not interest me.
It's
I
cat-
honestly-
It's cat
I'm gonna say
people,
this,
it's indie fans, it's kind of just very like story driven kind of thing. And it's an indie studio. So
I honestly think Little Kitty Big City is a much more interesting cat game. Because
True,
it's
but
Untitled Goose Game, but with a cat.
true,
you
but
could fuck
also
with someone.
it does kind of go into the trappings of like sort of like background storytelling and sort of walking simulator that a lot of people do love.
And I'm
Like,
not a big
it's-
fan of walking simulators. So that's why, like, Little Kitty Big City is just, it's like, oh, hey, we're just going to, yeah, you have a cat who can just cause mischief and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like this person? Well, you meow at them and they'll drop their smartphone or their bagel, and you take it. It's yours now.
So I'm
Yeah.
also gonna say, because of this stance I have on the game, I also legitimately don't understand why it was made such a big deal. I don't.
It was a big
You know
hit.
what?
Stray
it
was
was a
one of
big
those
hit
things where
couple
they're like,
years.
"Oh, it's
Oh, I
nominated
know
for
what it
this
was.
and that."
It-
and I'm like, "Why?"
I think it got the original trailer hit on one of the bigger showcases,
Game Awards, I think.
Mhm.
either Game Awards or Summer of Gaming, like 2020, 2021, something like that.
Yeah,
Where like
it was a big
it got a lot of hype.
Yeah.
It was the right place, right time.
yeah, and it ended up being a big hit, and then this is them downplaying it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Another filler.
Tales of the
interesting.
Shire. Another
A-
for the Ferguson pile.
I love that it's literally called Tales of the Shire, a The Lord of the Rings game.
Yeah, you kind of have to distinguish it because it's a way to tell you that this is going to be the book and not Pete Jackson's universe.
Yeah.
Or Hobbit Simulator 2024.
It's fine. Like, if nothing else, one of the big things the Switch did really well is like the casual, cozy games.
Mm-hmm.
Your farm sims, your life sims, etc., etc. You know, Animal Crossing was really big when that came out. Stardew Valley did really great on the Switch. Story of Seasons did really great on the Switch. This is one of those things where it's like, not for me, but I recognize that there are people who love this genre and this property, and I imagine some of them are looking for something at least halfway decent after what happened with Gollum. So
Yeah, this one doesn't really interest me as much because it feels like it's also a bit of a another Animal Crossing like, and I'm just not.
Well, you did get to
Not feeling
experience Third Breakfast.
It's second breakfast,
Oh, Second Breakfast.
then luncheon, and 11
And then
C's.
tea.
11 C's. Yeah.
After-
11
Afternoon
C's tea. Like, it's
Okay.
something for the people. It's something for the people that love Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit.
Oh
Not much
yeah,
else.
yeah, no,
Here we get to the next big one, though. This one,
yeah.
Fucking Capcom! What the hell?
Ace Attorney Investigations Collection.
Yep. This is, I believe, the last of the ones that hadn't gotten to the States.
Correct.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
Ace
no,
of Base-
Capcom
Ace-
is like, okay. And my guess is this is also Capcom knowing, we may have some things for the Switch too, but we don't want to say them yet. So let's put out a couple of things like this, and you get some hype out of it, you know. But yeah,
Yeah,
and
no, like
and not only that, this is the thing that I really like. You said you can either play as something as the original sprites or the more accurate to the character designs.
Mhm.
Like
the
they
new art design.
redid it.
Yeah,
You could do the redesign or the actual sprite from the game. It's like, ooh, that's cool.
yeah. No, and I played. Well, I've only played the first Ace Attorney trilogy collection. I haven't touched Greater Ace Attorney, and I haven't bought Apollo Justice yet. But honestly, the collection on Ace Attorney looks really damn good. So I would love to see how they do Ace Attorney
May-
Investigations.
Maybe this is a thing of, hey, we got some interest. Maybe we do another game. Who knows?
Yeah, and it helps that a lot of some of the later games are still kind of locked to the 3DS. Last time I checked,
Mm-hmm.
because there's stuff like Dual Destinies. There's the Ace Attorney and Phoenix Wright game. I think there's another. I don't know if all the Apollo Justices are in that collection. I know there was one on the 3DS that nobody played.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is them knowing that this is their audience, and then if these continue to do well, this is them probably saying, "Hey, maybe if you guys like this style, we can do an all original one in this style."
There's that Ace Attorney and Leighton
Yep.
crossover game.
Yeah, which that was done in the 3DS like Dual Destiny style, basically Ace Attorney Dual Destiny style, which is like, I think it was fine. It's just the problem is that if I remember the reviews correctly, some of the big problem was that it very leaned heavy on the Professor Layton side, and there wasn't a lot on the Ace Attorney side, and also it kind of ran too long.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for this one. I hope it does well.
No, I think it will, because for one thing, I think it's also not gonna be like, I don't think it isn't gonna need to make a whole lot of money to be successful,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm hoping that it'll be successful enough that we start maybe looking into getting some more. Set up a little team to start doing some to do maybe a couple more Ace Attorney kind of games. I think you could.
Yeah.
I honestly do think you could probably get that done.
And part of me is hoping that if this does well enough, they can Capcom can finally get the fucking Professor Layton team off their ass and finally finish that fucking game we've been promised.
Mm-hmm.
We shall see.
Yeah.
Next we have.
Okay, then let me open this one because I saw this trailer. The first person I thought it was, oh, I wonder what the fuck Pass thinks of this, because this is going to be interesting.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, the Ace Attorney ones. Yeah,
No.
I'm down. Like,
No.
No,
I-
the 100 line, Last Defense Academy, aka Danganronpa Tactics.
Oh yes, that one is like, ooh, yeah. So basically, yeah, the same dev team, because you could tell it's the same fucking
Art style,
character
definitely.
designer. It's the same art
It's
style. As soon as I
straight
saw
up
it, I'm
them.
like, that's Danganronpa. That's fucking Danganronpa. And it's gonna be interesting. The idea is, instead of there being like a Danganronpa where it's like a murder mystery, this is like defending, and you're gonna lose people. It's like,
It's tower defense RTS kind of mix of the two.
yeah, but it also looks like there might even be story deaths. This could be very interesting, and by doing it in this way, it also makes a little sense of why Master Detective was. It seemed like, because if I recall correctly, Master Detective came out last year, and Danganronpa V3, the last of the Danganronpa games, was 2017.
Yeah,
So you're like, oh, that's a long time.
this is them
But-
testing the waters, where doing the same art style but in different genres.
What I actually have
Mhm.
has me curious, because I noticed the whole idea is that you're supposed to survive 100 days.
Uh-huh.
I wonder if there's going to be replayability. I wonder if there are ways to try and make sure that nobody dies.
Oh,
I can see them
that would
doing
be-
that. Yeah,
the idea of like, oh, or the fact is, it could be there are choices you have to make.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You let one person die, or you let this other person die, to try it, and you try to optimize your run.
yeah.
Because you still have a fucking mascot. Now, I think this one is this one slated for 2025?
Early 2025. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, because we have another high school mascot, another fucking Scrimblow out there who it's like, okay, you're not quite Harvey Two-Faced Teddy Bear, but yeah, I don't trust you at all.
Yeah, that's one of the things I love. Yeah, Danganronpa fans and high school mascots is like Kirby fans and butterflies. You see in a trailer and you immediately don't trust it.
Yeah.
No. But also, I want to see if they have any references to the Danganronpa series. I wonder if we might see other characters show up.
Well, there is one frame in there that reminds me of one of the crazy chicks from Danganronpa, the chick with the pigtails. I forgot her name.
Oh, Junko?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she straight up does the Junko pose, the two middle horns.
I mean,
and
the
tongue,
Junko
so
pose, but I'm trying to see, we might actually see some characters show up, which would
Like,
be
if it's
interesting.
I could see that because
I
if
don't
nothing
think it's
else,
gonna. I don't think it's gonna be I don't think it's gonna be in continuity. It would just be oh yeah, we just kind of. You might see a few of them, especially maybe
Or
some of
they
the
could do
very
the-
popular ones.
Or you could do the meta route and say Danganronpa is a video game in this universe. And I'm
That
not
would
gonna
be
lie,
interesting. That would be,
hilarious.
dude. If I can get some of those really popular characters from back then to show up again, I'm gonna be a very, very happy camper.
You could do the opposite.
What's that?
Or this
With
is a
the-
video game in the Danganronpa
Danganronpa, because there is a gamer character, isn't there? Like in Danganronpa.
In 2, yes.
What if this is one of the games they played?
Yo,
That would be hilarious. I will not lie. That would be
Oh.
amazing. I'm not even a Danganronpa fan, and I kind of want to.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, because and she was one of the real. I think she was one of the real popular ones. Yeah, the Ultimate Gamer.
Yeah, she was.
So
yeah, this looks good. I'm excited for it.
I'm
might even
always
check-
happy to see that because yeah,
I might even
they
check this
they
one out.
always have interesting character designs,
Mhm.
and they are just like, you know what? We're just about to spare and killing motherfuckers. We just don't care. We will maybe get you emotionally hooked onto a character and then kill them.
Mhm.
We're gonna be like George R.R. Martin, but not fat. And we're actually gonna put games out at a reasonable pace.
I was about to say, except we actually finish our stuff.
But also, I want to see. Did they say what engine that was running on? That was what was it called again? 100.
The 100-line Last Defense Academy.
Yeah. Oh god, that is okay. The 100 line. So that's the new franchise. It's called the 100 line.
Yeah.
And it looks like Last Defense Academy is the thing. I want to see if they actually have any what engine they're using. Because so the Danganronpa games were all made on Unity.
Mhm.
And Master Detective was made on Unreal Engine. Which is is why
it looked like it might have been Unreal.
and that might actually be the case of like they just ditched I'm trying to see, it might be that they just completely ditched okay, so let's see. Multiple endings. So adventure story rich. Yeah, if it's got multiple endings, it might be you might be trying to get that optimized run, to get that best run where you keep everybody as much as you can.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, I found an interview with Kodaka, the creator.
Mhm.
Apparently, first, this is a collaboration between Katsuka Kodaka and Kotaro Uchikoshi, the guy who created the Zero Escape series.
Interesting.
Okay.
And also, apparently, Kotaka went into massive debt because this is Two Cool Games' first in-house IP.
Mm.
And it was
Yeah, because
meant to
I
be
think
published by another company, but it got
yeah,
dropped.
this isn't published by Spike Chunsoft. So Because Spike Chunsoft was the one,
Yeah.
like, Tuku, and then Spike Chunsoft did the Danganronpa,
Mhm.
also Master Detective. So, yeah. And apparently, 100 endings. Ooh.
Oh Jesus.
I imagine it's like it's ending for you dying on each day, maybe.
No, I'm thinking that certain endings are going to have certain people live and certain people die, and that's going to
I can
cause.
see that.
I think the
Yeah.
perfect run is a possibility then.
Okay, so and here's the now for anybody who wants to know. Okay, we've got languages for full audio and subtitles, English, Japanese,
Mhm.
and the interface for both of them. You also have simplified and traditional Chinese, but that's just interface and subtitles. So, you know, I'm sure that that China is probably looking at Aniplex and saying, "Well, your social credit score is going to go down."
Yeah, I was about to say, Okami. Yeah, the publisher of this game is Aniplex.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I was shocked.
Yeah.
it's yeah. I was like, that's yeah, because it's normally it's they've always been working with Spike
Spike
Chunsoft, so
Chunsoft.
that's yeah.
Yeah.
I was just trying to see if I could find what they were using as their engine, which is probably going to be Unreal Engine, but I don't believe they actually stated it in the trailer.
No, I don't think they did.
Not that I remember. No.
Sometimes they'll say it in the trailer, but this one didn't. But yeah, I'm looking at
This is also
one,
still a very early trailer, so
Mhm.
it is still true. I mean, we still who knows when this will come out.
yeah.
In
The
2025.
most they give us is early 2025.
Yeah, so this might be launching on but yeah, I fucking love I love the character creation.
Mhm.
One chick is obviously wearing this this shirt that has an icon that looks like Capsule Corp, but instead of the C at the end is a cog. It's like, okay, we're having fun here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one where I'm like, okay, I'm not the biggest tower defense, but I mean, I've done RTS strategy. I mean, I played fucking Age of Empires all the time, and I am always down for some of this, just because, man, you get some really good characters, and
Mhm.
yeah, and also the mascot, kind of the face of that mascot is very Shinigami from the Scrimblow version of Shinigami from fucking
Master Detective.
oh my god, yeah, no, this oh god, this is a grid. Oh my god, this is like fucking the South Park games.
Tactics.
Oh, you say oh yeah, tactics. You set your team and stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm.
This could be very interesting. I'm interested to see how they do that, because if that's the case, that hey, we've got 2 IPs now that we're doing. We've kind of we've kind of decided to let Danganronpa sleep for a bit.
Mhm.
I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
yeah, this I am really down for this. This looks like it's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
and as I say, if it's made on Unreal Engine, someone will decomp it, and you will pull out all the models, and I might be able to get my model maker to make more models. Like I got this
Yeah.
one. Yay!
All of the porn. All of the
So-
porn.
Another remaster that I was not expecting
Uh-huh.
for RPGs.
RPG fan, more RPGs. RPG fans, especially JRPG fans, are eating real good.
Romancing Saga 2: Revenge of the Seven.
I don't really know much about this one.
Saga is one of those kind of those like if you know series
Mhm.
where it's like it's not as super big as some other RPG series, but
Mhm.
those who love it really fucking love it.
Yeah.
From what I know, Romancing Saga 2 again is the sequel to Romancing Saga. And that basically all of the heroes from the first one have become villains.
Yeah.
Power went to their head, basically. And you're spending this game trying to stop them.
Interesting.
And for those who might not know, it's like, oh, when I played Saga, I haven't really played Saga. If you played the Final Fantasy Legend games on the Game Boy, you played the first 3 Saga games.
Yep, I have those.
Interesting.
Yeah, I love those.
It's
So,
just
yeah.
that over here they were called Final Fantasy, but in Japan they were the Saga.
So yeah, not my thing, but I mean, looks interesting if you're down for
Yeah, no,
for
Saga
more,
fans will be happy
RPGs.
that
Yeah, no, go
Saga
for
fans
it.
are going to be happy that this is coming out, definitely.
And it's coming out on the Switch and the PS5. Interesting.
On October 24th.
October. So yeah, probably. And here's the thing: if the Switch 2 comes out, I guarantee you there'll be an update where you could play it on the Switch 2, and it'll probably run as good as the PS5, almost.
So everybody thought that
We can
this
hope.
was the end. Everyone thought maybe they were gonna like name
'cause
drop something.
Well,
at the
and
end,
I always
but-
thought at this point, I'm like, okay, why wasn't like the Zelda or something like that, the big end point? Like it's like
Yeah,
it's-
like, what would they be saving for the end?
This is why I think those
What?
Game Boy Advance drops were red herrings. It threw people
Yeah.
off because they didn't expect a new Zelda.
yeah,
And
they didn't
nobody-
expect.
Fucking nobody, because this did not leak.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
And
no, it
man,
didn't.
we're thankful it didn't, cause holy shit!
Metroid
Yeah.
Prime 4 Beyond.
Yeah,
It exists.
I haven't even played all the Prime games, and I got hyped for this because
I did
holy
too,
shit,
like,
it looks
because
good.
it
Well, because-
exists.
because you start off and you're just like, okay, because I haven't played either. I'm like, oh, is this like Prime remastered? And it's
Yeah,
like,
that's the
no.
funny thing.
I thought
Everybody
it
was
was 2.
expecting. Everybody was expecting 2 or 3 to get remastered because after the first one got remastered on the Switch and people
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah. Instead, after all this time, it's finally coming. And I'm just gonna say it. I believe this is a launch title or a launch window title for the Switch 2.
Or the Switch.
I
2.
believe those graphics
Yeah.
were Switch 2. Because this was
I believe that
gorgeous.
too.
Yeah.
It looks really, really good.
And here's the thing. Understand, how do you do an announcement like this? First, we got a little bit of the we got the Galactic Federation, we got the little bit of the text, so you're like, oh, is this a Metroid game, or is this like one of the Prime remakes? Then we see this fucking gunship that looks like it's Samus mixed with fucking Tony Stark with the red and the
Which
gold.
apparently is the gunship from 3, I
Mhm.
believe.
From Prime 3.
Yeah.
She comes up from the top, does a fucking awesome ass superhero landing, stands up. We get the opening chorus thing for Samus, and then we go right into first person shooter. Like, oh fuck yes,
This is gameplay.
fucking go!
That is
Yeah, no,
gameplay. Like, oh my god, yes.
Like, people have been waiting for 7 fucking years for this.
But
7
even
years
longer if
been-
you count the first. Even longer if you count the first 2 years before it had to restart.
No, the first I believe the first announcement was 2017.
Yeah, it was 2017, and then they announced they had to restart in 2019.
Yeah.
Because originally it was going to be
7 years ago, they had held this for 7 years, and we're finally ready.
Yeah, I imagine the big thing was that I imagine the first 2 years, well, all of it probably got scrapped,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Oh,
just
yeah,
sent to a
yeah.
different studio in 2019 with Retro coming back.
Oh, they said it
Because
was
originally
completely scrapped.
Yeah, I believe Mercury Steam was originally going to be a part of it, but then they scrapped it.
Yeah,
Brought back
no,
Retro.
more than likely what it was is, you know what they probably did? They probably were just like, yeah, you know what? No, Mercury Steam, you're working on 2D Metroids until we buy you, and that's what you're going to be doing forever.
Yeah, you
And we
got
will
yeah.
keep an
No,
eye
they
on you,
probably
and
said
you will do what
yeah.
we tell you. And you will, and they
Mercury's-
will make fucking bank, because Dread's goddamn one of the... Dread is my favorite Metroid game of all time.
yeah. No, They saw how Dread did really well, and seeing that they know that the Metroid fans are hungry, they will fucking show up for anything Metroid.
And the thing is, too, the villain that showed up here, there's a lot of people who are like, okay, am I supposed to know who this is? And I seen this pointed out
I
online.
believe isn't it Prime Hunters?
If you've played Hunters, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, Prime Hunters is, if I remember correctly, the only
Is
non-canon
canon.
Prime game is the only non-canon Prime game is Pinball,
Yeah.
which makes sense.
If it was
Oh, yeah,
canon, I'd
he
laugh my
showed
ass off.
I would too. He showed up in Hunters, and I also believe he showed up in 3. So this is a direct sequel in the true sense.
But also, just understand, for anybody making this, and I'm not saying it's bad, this is how you need to end on a fucking banger.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, you got to start on a banger, end on a banger, and have something in the middle to kind of make sure people don't, tune out.
Yeah.
You start.
You need to end on and they had everything planned so well.
Yeah.
Mario and Luigi, you're like, oh shit. Zelda, oh what? And stuff in the middle to keep you going. Then a little bit of other stuff, and then boom. And that's all people are gonna be talking about.
I mean, fucking Marvel vs. Capcom grabbed it. That one. Oh my god. And
Well, that's definitely for a very specific audience.
And all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but also the thing is, exclusives in those top 3 spots: the Zelda, the Mario, Luigi, the Metroid. Yeah, the other ones, hey, they're great.
Well, Donkey Kong Country Returns too. It's like, okay, sweet, but
Metroid. See, the thing is, yeah, you know what? Aloy might be on the Switch. Guess who's not on PlayStation? Mario.
Yeah.
Mario ain't on there. Samus ain't on there. Zelda ain't
Legend of Zelda ain't on there. No.
No matter how so many people want to try to do that, because Nintendo's not gonna last too long. It's like, I think they're fine.
Bitch, you kidding me?
Oh, they're better than fine. The Switch 2 comes out, they will. You will see Xbox dead in the ditch, Sony stabbed in the prison court, in the prison yard. They are literally going to walk by, they will glare at Microsoft, and it'll be like Kenshiro, the 100 crack fist. They are literally going to walk up to Sony and just shiv them in the prison yard and watch them bleed the fuck out. Because the fact is, they'll be like, oh, you had 13 exclusives for that? Watch the launch of it have 13 exclusives in launch window, and they'll be like, okay, we are going to show you why we survived those wars. We didn't have to win them all.
Nintendo have the perfect setup to basically be the leader in the console war again.
Yeah,
just if they do the Switch 2 right, and they have the right
I think
launches
they will.
For that.
I think they will.
Man, oh man,
a lot of their they will have a 3D Mario. I am going to say this: launch window 3D Mario.
Yeah,
Metroid Prime 4.
I imagine for launch,
Capcom and might actually have some. Oh my god, we might actually get a Mega Man or a Mega Man X game. They might be we're throwing a couple of things out there before we don't want to hold. We want to hold this one close to the chest.
They literally just asked on social media not long ago,
what do people want? Although according to the survey, at least in America, what people wanted was Dino Crisis, which I couldn't help but like.
Hey, listen,
I want Dino Crisis.
I want Legends fucking 3.
Legends 3, Dino Crisis. I got my MVC too, so I don't give a shit what else happens.
Mega Man Legends has a robotic monkey that dances.
Yeah.
I want more.
No, I would not be shocked they'd make Legends 3 if nothing else to spite Inafune.
Even if they don't, I mean, okay, I want it, yes, but first things first, Capcom.
Legends Collection.
Yes.
I know where you're going. Legends Collection.
Not just the first 2 games. You give me Tron Bon.
Yes. Yeah, Tron Bon.
Dude, the Capcom in-house collections have been selling so goddamn well. I would be shocked if they have. I'm kind of surprised they haven't done a Legends one yet. because you went to Classic Mega Man X, then Zero, then Battle Network. I'm really surprised you haven't done Legends yet.
We'll see.
They did
but
the
yeah,
Zero
no,
collection,
I
too.
am. But yeah, no. To go back to where we were, yeah, Prime 4. You look at this stuff. It looked so much better than I think that the Switch really could handle. So I'm thinking it's Switch 2. But I mean, I also will say I think that Dread did so much better than anybody would have thought they could do on the Switch. Understanding that, yeah, Nintendo will show you how to optimize a game for that system. But if
Yeah,
you
that's
give
the thing. Like,
ability, some like may not be able to do PS5 and Series X, but if it can do better than last gen, oh.
me personally, I think this is gonna be a Breath of the Wild Twilight Princess situation,
Mm-hmm.
where it's the last game on the Switch and one of the launch titles on the Switch too.
I could see that.
Because, like, think about it. With the Switch, what was one of the launch titles? Breath of the Wild. What was one of the last Wii U titles? Breath of the Wild.
Yep.
You know, GameCube and Wii, same thing. One of the last titles on the GameCube, Twilight Princess. One of the first titles on the Wii, Twilight Princess.
Yep.
So
I
would not be shocked if they do that with Metroid.
You know what? I'm going to say this. My prediction for the Switch 2, we're going to get Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD.
Mm-hmm.
I would not be shocked, and I'd be down for that. Because these were the Wii U ports everybody was waiting on, and seemingly never happened. We got a Skyward Sword HD port before we got Wind Waker and Twilight Princess again, which is kind of funny, but still.
Also, fun fact: Twilight Princess for the GameCube is actually what it was meant for.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just that
the Wii.
This was the
they
end.
flipped it so that they could
they
make
flipped
it.
And yeah, but yeah. So I mean, yeah, this thing was packed. You know, it was packed with a little bit of filler, but I really liked what it had.
Mm-hmm.
This is them saying
variety.
Yeah, this is them saying this is the last year of the Switch, but we're making sure you come back for the next one. Because if this is the games we can get at the end of this console, you wait and see to what we can do in the beginning of next console.
I think they learned from the Wii U, where the Wii U had a lot of, where it's like they
casual.
Kind of, not only that, but they didn't. Their ending was weak,
mm-hmm.
and they're like, no, we're not doing this. We're gonna go out fighting. And if they're doing this much, I do think this is proof that they're gonna have a backwards compatible Switch.
Yeah, dude, that would be a massive blunder if they didn't.
Oh, it's gonna be backwards compatible.
I don't
they basically all but guaranteed it. They just won't say it.
I think that they've learned. I think they learned from like all that. It was like, no, backwards compatible, and especially if they're keeping an eye on the pulse of the video gaming, the fact that Sony can't seem to do it. Xbox can do it okay, but it's like, holy shit, yeah, if we just have backwards compatibility with the Switch, and which basically, hey, you guys just boosted this up a lot more. It's like, yeah, I think it's gonna be great.
See, like when you think about it, fun fact: most of the Nintendo consoles, really from the GameCube up to the Wii U, did backwards compatibility.
Yeah, the Wii U was backwards compatible with the Wii.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wii U was back. Yeah, the Wii U, the Wii was backwards compatible with the GameCube, and yeah, it was going to the Switch.
And then of course the Game Boy things
compatible. Oh yeah, and the Game Boy.
Because of the cards.
I think because the fact is, especially them being a lot of, being very portable, they're going to see like, yeah, no, people, if you do that, people will upgrade to a new one, be able to, hey, these are it'll be basically like the Game Boy Color, where it's like, it'll play all the past ones, and you play future ones a lot better, and people will just be like, it'll be Waylon Smithers, but she's got a new hat.
Yeah.
Only much better.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah.
I think literally what you're gonna be able to do, you're gonna
Mhm.
basically be able to like move all your shit from your Switch to your Switch 2. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
memory and all.
especially because they've been with the Wii and the Wii U, they do have like the system transfer thing where they were transferring stuff like via SD card to that system.
Mm-hmm.
So I would not be shocked if they finally develop to the point where it's like you can transfer your account, all your games will be on it, and on your Switch too, you can have all your Switch games that you had down digitally.
Mhm.
They've already confirmed yeah, they did actually outright confirm like of one of the things for the Switch 2. It's like, yeah, no, your Nintendo online account is going to be moved over.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not doing the
I
club.
think they figured out that will get them, that will get people, because also the fact that, oh hey, we've got all this stuff we could just emulate on them, it doesn't cost us much, and oh, we get people like, to be honest, like we do at Wolves Den, we've kind of had a big old family account, and we've been using it for a number of years, where it's like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
everybody pays a little bit, and then you get to use the
The
expanded
NSO and an
online.
extension pack, yeah.
Yeah.
And we've used it. Like we've had nights where it's like, yo, you want to get an N64 and play around Mario Party? Sure.
Yeah. And I think one of the other big things about it is it's nowhere near as expensive as like Xbox.
Yeah,
And
$20
all this
a
other
year for a
stuff.
single, $60 a year for a family account. Like,
I thought it was 80, but yeah, 80,
Well,
and I
they
think you get 8.
yeah. So
It's
like, if
it's not
they use that framework and keep that up, they're
Mhm.
gonna have basically no bleeding, no like loss of customers. They
Yeah.
might get customers and more.
Yeah, right now,
Mhm.
right now in total we pay $80 for the online expansion and everything.
Uh-huh.
But that's because we have the family account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But each of you, I split it evenly. I split it evenly. I let you all pay each like $10 each,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and I cover the difference.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Um,
and yeah, it's worth it because we've had many nights where it's like, yo, get on the Switch, let's play some Smash, let's play some Mario
And-
Kart.
And the thing about that is that one of the other big things is that, yeah, by doing that, now they're going to need to understand the Switch 2 will probably not sell as much as the Switch. Let's be honest, COVID was a huge thing about all video games.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But I think they understand that. I don't think they have the brain rot that some of these other companies have, where it's like, yeah, no, it's good. Let's just, we'll keep it so, we keep the profits so that we can, because they did have to weather through some tough times.
Mm-hmm.
The Wii U
Yeah.
was really rough on them.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
The
and
Amiibo
hell,
really
that-
did help them stay afloat.
Yeah, and hell, one of the big, massive, like, feel-good stories that everybody says was that
Mhm.
around the time of the Wii U is that Iwata, instead of firing people, and some people say, oh, it's because it's illegal to lay out people for monetary reasons in Japan, so it's not, he didn't do it out of goodness of his heart. No, I truly
No.
believe that Iwata was going to do that even if it wasn't, even if it was legal to fire people. Because that man seemed like he gave enough
cared.
of a shit. Yeah.
Because here's the thing: the old guard, like, probably came from when Nintendo was still a toy company.
Yeah.
So, and the fact is, it's like they've been through it with the highs. They
Mhm.
ain't gonna let them go with the lows. It was
Yeah.
like, yeah, and yeah,
Thing-
it was I believe a 50% pay cut.
It was a
It's like,
50% pay cut.
you don't see that. Oh no, no. Instead, we get Microsoft killing Tango GameWorks. Hey, we want to have games like Hi-Fi
Hi-Fi
Rush. We want
Rush.
to have more games like Hi-Fi Rush. Well, why'd you kill Tango GameWorks?
Oh, it wasn't. Yeah, no,
And
just
you can watch
Oh,
the
my-
gerbils in their brains try to come with some kind
no.
of
There's that.
rationalization.
My personal one is, we want to Activision. Oh, we want to support games like Tony Hawk and Crash Bandicoot. Takes those developers, makes them work on COD.
Yep.
Vicarious Visions in the COD mines.
Toys for Bob. Just into the Shadow
got-
Realm.
Well, until they were able to get
basically-
another deal, get
basically what they did
independent.
was
But
they-
they
yeah,
were
they-
lucky.
I think that whoever had enough money to basically say, I'm buying Toys for Bob.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to buy the whole Toys for Bob thing. But yeah,
and
it's like
make it. Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, that's kind of my thing. I'm like, I know that I've said this a number of times, and here's the thing: this is not a crash is going to happen. It has already started.
Mm-hmm.
We are seeing the beginnings of it, where yeah, these big things are starting to fall, and all these things are closing up because guess what? All of the problems that are having have now started to come. Chickens have all come home to roost. You now have these $300 to $400 million games where it's like you need to make 7 to 10 million sales just to break even, and a $10 million game is a huge fucking deal. Like Spider-Man 2 had to do double, I think, what it had to do more than what Spider-Man 1 had done to be able to break even.
Mm-hmm.
This is wrong. It's the same issue with movies and shit. Like I know I talked to Ookami about that. I'll bring it up again. Indiana Jones, $300 million. You're talking about close to $1 billion just before you can break even.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing with that?
You know,
Get a lower budget and you will be fine.
Furiosa and Garfield having lower than expected weekends.
Furiosa, in my opinion, is because that was way too late.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
I
know
can see
if
that
it's
too, yeah.
because of Miller waiting too long, or because he can't get funding, which let's be
That
honest,
part I can see.
probably Miller couldn't get funding
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
because
can see that too.
they
Yeah.
just aren't going to give. It's like motherfucker, like Fury Road was one of the best movies of 2015. Give this man his money and let him make a fucking banger. I saw Furiosa. It's a fucking great movie. But yeah,
I also saw interviews with Tom Hardy, them asking, was like, hey, have you heard from George if they're planning to do that Fury Road sequel? It's like, honestly, I don't think it's gonna happen.
yeah,
It's like,
no, they won't give him the money. They won't give him the kind of money that he needs to be able to make this without it looking like dog shit. And
yeah,
so he's got to wait and all that just to be able to get the funding for it. And by the time he got it made, it was unfortunately too late.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a decade wait between this, and it was almost a decade wait
Yep.
between this and Fury Road.
Yep. But this is what happens if you're not making these are the kind of movies that are good right now. I mean, fuck it. I've heard the whole thing with Spielberg, and when he was having issues making that Lincoln biopic, he couldn't get $30 million for a Lincoln biopic. It's Steven motherfucking Spielberg.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who the fuck is saying to Spielberg? I don't know if 30 million. Like, okay, somebody like at that point, it's gonna be like the fucking Family Guy thing where they take a poster off the fucking wall and beat you to death with it. Because the fact is, that's fucking Steven Spielberg. 30 million. Here's 30 million. You can't go over it. He'll be fine. He's Steven fucking Spielberg.
There's Spielberg. There was the whole thing with Scorsese having to go to Netflix
also.
to Netflix to do The Irishman.
Yep. And then who did he go to for Killers of the Flower Moon?
Apple.
Yeah, he has to go to all these streaming sites just to get his movies made. Like, and this man makes cinema. He ain't making Marvel movies. He's making cinema.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, the one thing
bad.
I've always said is that we need less Jane Camerons and more. We need someone to take up the Roger Corman mantle.
Especially now that he's gone to the
He's
big
no
old
longer-
he's gone to the big
Movie
old
house in the
backlot
sky.
Yep.
He's no longer with us. Yeah.
Dude, you know what he's going up there making? That motherfucker is just making drive-in movies in heaven. He's like, I got a day. Let's fucking do this.
Yeah. No. I totally imagine that he's up there making all the projects he wanted to make but couldn't get the funding for.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Dick Miller are just like, we're making movies a day. Fuck yeah. Let's fucking go.
We got all the time in the world. We're dead.
No, they'll do it in a day. They'll be like, no, we got a budget. We got a day because we got other shit to do. Let's do this.
Yeah, no, it's nuts. Like, honestly, for some reason in my head, the two big directors I would love imagining working together if they were up there, Roger Corman and Russ Meyer. Like those two.
I don't know if the yeah. Oh,
Granted, I don't know if Russ Meyer's in heaven considering all the shit he's done. I will admit that. But
That's a
I think
that is a crossover of it'll be Roger Corman. Let's get it done. Russ Meyer, can we make the tits even bigger? and Roger's like, they're not fitting in the goddamn frame, Russ. Bigger
we'll make a bigger frame, damn it.
Bigger tits. we have allowed the Wolf's Den Productions ADHD demon to just take over.
No shit.
Well, it's kind of hard not to because in a way, like the point we were making,
Mhm.
bring games back to.
Oh yeah,
Nintendo.
no. The big problem is that the entire entertainment industry, not just the video game industry, is in a crash.
Mm-hmm.
We are just seeing it.
Yeah,
like,
because
I mean, Disney just can't seem to get anything going. Even at this point, even their Star Wars shows are just like, I'm just like, meh. I don't care.
they're not getting blips. Although Inside Out 2 did pretty good from what I've heard.
I've heard.
Yeah, but the problem is that one isn't going to save them. They've had way too many flops.
Which is true. Yeah, which is true.
Yeah, this is the problem. You've had way too many expensive flops, and the problem is the tent poles were supposed to be, these are your big movies that'll make the money, so you can make the smaller movies that people want to see.
Yeah, it also doesn't really help that according to the after success of Inside Out 2, Pixar is planning to go back to the more franchise-heavy stuff that Disney's doing and not do the individual like director movies like Luca and Soul.
Whatever.
Oh wow!
So-
But it's anyway. But yeah, the whole entertainment industry is basically about to collapse in on itself like a fucking neutron star.
Yeah, and if you don't believe we're in
And-
a crash, we are in a fucking recession at the very least.
Oh yeah, no, things are not. Things are gonna be bleak for a while.
Oh yeah, but not
Yeah.
with this
But
direct
in-
because
but
holy shit.
We'll watch Godzilla minus
Well,
one.
Well, everything is bleak, and then there's Nintendo doing their own fucking thing, and it's like, I don't give, you do whatever. I don't give a shit. I'm printing money, bitch. I'm Scrooge McDuck.
Nintendo's doing their own thing. You got Godzilla minus one being like, I was made for $15 million. I look better than $300 million blockbuster movies. And you're like, God damn straight you do.
Honestly, ironically, I think it. I hate saying this because it sounds really bad, but I think it's true. If we get the recession we are now, I think it's going to be another like 80s thing where Japanese companies come in and kind of take over a little bit.
I don't think they are. I don't know that they are because I think that that a lot of the Japanese companies are wary about that. They got burnt before. They aren't going to be willing to
True.
expose themselves. Like the problem is it's going to be bad because China can't do it. Japan I think will be too scared because they're not willing to. One of the biggest issues with Japan is they over leveraged everything, and then when things went bad, it went pretty bad. The thing is that we don't need more acquisitions.
No.
This is what got us in this problem in the first place. But I'm sorry, I can see Ookami is just like the ADHD demon is just like dragging Ookami into the pit. And
We have a point to
"No."
this. We have a point. We have a
The
point.
point is, Samus
I'll die.
Aran turns into a ball and shoots bad guys, and they're Metroids.
Yeah, no, I'm just like Link in Echoes of Wisdom. Guess I'll die.
Yep. Just guess I'll die.
Yeah. No. But at the end of the day, this direct was damn good, and I can't wait to see
Mm-hmm.
all these games
honestly,
come into fruition.
Well, I
and
know
B,
that people are
What they do
going to.
next?
I know that people are going to say, "Oh, we've got some issue." That there's a lot of filler in this, and there is. So I can understand people not wanting to give it a top tier grade, but I do think I like this more than a lot of the other ones because it's like this felt like a lot of variety, and we're like, "Hey, we've got something for everybody."
And
A
it
lot
also
of
doesn't
people
have, it wasn't them building up to just one thing. They were dropping gems for people.
Yeah,
all
but
around.
one of my biggest things is I want the consoles to be able. The consoles need to be able to be stuff for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's how
Yeah.
you get people to buy a $500 console.
Again, like with Hollywood,
Mm-hmm.
don't only do the tent poles. You make the tent poles so you can make the smaller ones.
Yeah, like a lot of people have, there have been people trying to call it out, and everybody has been calling them out and saying, if anybody tells you that this direct wasn't one of the best, they're fucking lying.
They're mostly mad that their favorite franchise
they're
wasn't
mad.
mentioned.
Yeah,
Well,
they're just butthurt
they're
'cause
either
their
mad
favorite
or
thing
the
isn't
fact
here.
is that there's a lot of journalists who just do not like Japanese developers and publishers.
Fucking racists.
I'm sorry, there are. They will suck the dick of Western devs
Racists.
all the live long day.
Explains the love for Neil Druckmann, fucker.
Duh.
We need more Last of Us.
Fucking
Mr.
don't.
Plinkett? Mr. Plinkett? Is that you?
No, Mr. Plinkett didn't have a dick in his mouth like a lot of those other.
Oh, pizza rolls.
Here's
Oh,
101
Xbox
reasons why The Last of Us sucks.
Like, I'm sorry, a lot of those folks they won't admit that the Activision Blizzard acquisition is what's going to kill Xbox.
Oh, absolutely.
It is like
Yeah.
Xbox was in bad shape. This is like somebody in like really bad, physical shape, like they've kind of hit on hard times and drink a lot, and you just give them like
Heroin.
a gallon baggie of crystal meth and just say go to town.
No, yeah. Basically,
they'll
hell,
bounce off
for
the walls, but
years,
they'll
the
be
only...
dead.
Honestly, the only reason Xbox has lasted as long as it did is because it was leveraging money from the Windows side.
And they can't do that anymore because now that everything's finalized, $80 billion went out the door. Was it cash on hand? Was it financed? Who knows? But the bean counters at Microsoft are keeping a big eye on that now, and they can't afford. That's why all this shit's happening. They can't afford.
And also, it doesn't really help that
now.
It also doesn't really help is that it seems like the incompetence has moved over to the Windows side because a lot of people are not liking Windows 11.
Mm-hmm. It's trying to force
Microsoft
it.
has had a lot of issues, but we could do a whole podcast about that.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story. But no, essentially, the best thing to say about Xbox, the best description I would give it is, after years of smoking and chewing and all those other things of every tobacco way that they could, they've been dealing with cancer. And then they decided, hey, you know what'll help me, even though I'm dying of cancer? Here's the plague.
Crack? Oh.
I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up some bubonic plague and smoke that. Maybe that'll help me.
Yeah.
Oh no, it became worse. How could this be?
No, it's more like leprosy because parts of them are slowly starting to fall off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing that these folks don't want to admit. It's like, yeah, the reason these things are happening is because guess what? It's Microsoft saying, you've spent $80 billion. Now you need to start making money.
Yeah.
Not 5 years from now, not next year, now.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't do it because they've basically made it so that, if you want to start up a project, no, we'd rather just close you because we can save the money. They are fucked.
Dude, I'm honestly
they're also I'm sorry, and I'm gonna say this, I don't fucking care. Them putting Call of Duty day one Game Pass. I mean, I've seen babies that their moms drank every day of the pregnancy come out less retarded than that decision.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing about
I'm
Game
sorry,
Pass
you left hundreds of millions of dollars on the table.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Because
thing. Game
people are
Pass
just going
is
to
a
get
nice.
Game Pass, and they're just gonna not pay for anything.
Yeah, Game Pass is a nice idea, but the way Microsoft is doing it, it's basically taking the wound that is hemorrhaging money and just ripping that bitch open so they can hemorrhage more money.
Here's the problem. You want to know why we have an entertainment? Here's one of the other problems. Streaming services. All of them are losing money. Microsoft's like, we can do it. We're going to be different. Uh-huh. It's like if everybody stuck a firecracker up their ass and lit the fuse and Microsoft's like, you know what? We're not going to explode. We're going to fly.
Yeah, no,
Your
it's like
ass?
that's the thing.
Flaming asshole.
Those guys are putting Roman candles up their ass. We're doing M80s.
Yep.
Yeah,
no.
fucking.
And also, people might be mad about this direct because they didn't say anything about the Switch 2, even though they said they wouldn't. They said they were not going to do anything about it.
Yeah,
They weren't
no,
gonna
it's
say
like
anything. That's
like
going to
the
be
time.
September. September is probably going to be that one. We will
Yeah,
find
if
out
there- if
everything
nothing
we
else-
need to know.
so it's then September, and then if everything's true and they're close to being ready, they just haven't announced it yet. It's announced in September, and they're going to do it for the holidays because that's going to be their moneymaker.
I mean, there's essentially
Yep.
this is their MO. They do this all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Although
why people
ironically,
expect
the
something different.
original Switch started in March, not the holiday season. But yeah, whatever.
True.
Yeah, but they
might
waited a
try that
while
again.
before they announced it. Like,
Yeah.
also, I will say this on the Call of Duty mines, whatever. Black Ops 6 is 300 gigs. Go fuck yourself.
That is that is lack of optimization to the fucking
a lot
nth
of
degree.
and the thing is that has become a big problem in the gaming industry as of the current next gen has been bad optimization. The fact is that
These consoles have SSDs. These should be short, smaller. And no. Oh, we need ray tracing. We need you need to be able to see that that Master Chief didn't quite wipe as well, and you need to be able to see the shit stain on the Mjolnir armor.
You need to see the pores on Ellie's butt crack as she's scissoring her pregnant wife.
Yeah.
Like I shouldn't need a 5 terabyte hard drive to play like 3
Yeah.
games.
No.
Go fuck yourself.
No. And you know what, Microsoft? You don't get to just raise the price for a 2 terabyte Xbox. I'm sorry. We are now getting to 4 years into this console. You need to cut these prices.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. The consoles are loss leaders. And everybody's forgotten about that. So
Also, you know what it might have helped in the first place, Xbox? Make it fucking expandable, you morons.
Last I checked, you can't get you can't get the Xbox console anymore in Walmart. Now that's fucking telling.
no, because the fact is they tried to push everything digital. But
Yeah, my last
it-
word on the Nintendo Direct is probably in the spirit and words of Nintendo. Sony, take notes. Or don't. I don't care either way.
yeah.
And
Take notes
honestly,
if you don't want to be dead in
the
a ditch.
biggest one I can think of. The biggest notes I can think of, note I can think of, is that one GIF of Iwata and Miyamoto holding the DS saying, "It prints money."
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was a long one, but, I mean, we had a lot to say, I figured. So,
Yeah.
ADHD man, it's a bitch.
I
with
know.
all of that said, Pass, where can people find you?
Well, I'm about to go to bed soon, so if they know where I am, they'll find me there. But online, you can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv /pass_the_remote. I do streams normally Monday and Tuesday. Sometimes I'll do other streams if if I'm not dead. But mostly I'm dead, so.
Fair enough.
Oh well. But you will also be able to find me on Twitter, just shit posting on @PassTheRemoteCF. I like shit posting there. It's fun.
Excellent. Doc.
in the Wolf's Den, you can find me here. You can find me here at the Wolf's Den doing the Red Light Podcast, aka the one and only stop for all your found footage needs. The Starlight Podcast, your one-stop shop for the weird and obscure and the rare. And also, you can find me hosting the Over the Years podcast, where I go and curate a decade's worth of music to then tell you if it's worth it to put in between your ears. Outside of the Wolf's Den, you can find me on Criticlist under the name Chaotic Doctor. I write lists. Hell, I might even write a list of stuff we've mentioned here on this chat on this very episode. Wait, wait, nudge, nudge.
Excellent. You can, of course, find me here on Wolfston Productions here on YouTube. You can also find me over on Wolfston Productions over on Podbean in the audio format. From goofy-ass anime to the shocking horror and everything in between, Wolfston Productions, your number one stop for equally nerdy reviews of nerdy media. And boy, did we nerd out today. You can also find me over on Twitter under the Mistress, that is MISTRESSOOKAMI. That's my name. Don't wear it out. And if you're feeling extra generous, head on over to the Wolfston Patreon, where you can get access to episodes that may or may not drop to the general public. Episodes that most certainly will not be dropping to the general public. Behind the scenes, all sorts of goodies, all for just a measly $1 a month. Remember, folks, your $1 a month can go a long, long way. And that is it for this impromptu episode of the Wolfston Productions. This is impromptu special, because, yeah, this is just going to go up on a random day. Probably, like, the next day after I have... It's probably going to go up the next day after recording this. This has been fun. I really wanted to talk about this direct, because holy shit.
Yeah, this is one of the best ones. It's like, well, yeah, get everything you need, get stuff for everybody, and yeah, see in a few months when you announce the Switch 2, and you're gonna announce it before the end of your fiscal year, so it's either gonna be March when that comes out, or it's gonna be holiday. Which one is it?
I mean, honestly, we might do some more breakdowns of these types of things going forward. I would be totally down for
I'm
that.
all for having a breakdown.
I have them all the time. I On that note, good night, everybody.
Jesus, I need to get up. My ass is killing me. Oh,